League, Playday number 3. This is week 3 of the 7-week Challenger League. As you know, it follows the same format as Pro League, so it is 7 weeks. Unfortunately, there is no land final for Challenger League, but it is to help qualify into Pro League, which will fall. There will be relegations at the end of this. That's kind of their sort of land equivalent for the finals. So we're going to take a quick look at the brackets for what we're going to be doing today. So this is Group B that we're going to be doing. Group A is going to be streamed over on Vets' channel, the Grinder Vets to Vets. That's what it is. I tweeted it out so that way you can get a link to that if you need to see what their actual URL is. But basically, he's going to be just streaming that, I think, without casting it. So that's the Group A match, as we're doing 3 today. So I will be doing just the 2 Group B matches. So to show a quick bracket of what we're doing, we had Onslaught beat Proximity for, I believe this was Playday number 2 last week. Then Core Impact lost to Equinox last week as well. So that was the Group B matches. Now we are going to start with the winners of those 2, Onslaught versus Equinox. Then we're going to move on to the losers bracket for Core Impact versus Proximity. So to start off with, we actually have an interview here with Justin DeLyken Woods here. So I'm going to throw him up on the screen. And why don't you put the full screen there? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself again for anyone who didn't catch last time?
I'm Justin DeLyken Woods. I've played Pro League. This is my first season not in Pro League, but we're excited to try to make our way back. And I've played for various teams, Astral, Ferocity, and Onslaught last season. So,
you guys have been doing pretty good this season. Obviously, now you got to face against, some teams you're more familiar with or opponents you're more familiar with, like Remorse, for example. Are you thinking you guys are fare well against this team compared to last week, or?
I think Equinox is probably the second best team that's in this tournament. So this could honestly be, the way the bracket works out, this could actually be a preview of what the Challenger League finals will be. So I'm really excited to kind of see like where we stand versus them, or where they stand versus us.
So in your opinion, you think if you beat Equinox, then you're just going to face them again coming back up from the losers bracket in the end?
Yeah, I honestly think that Remorse has got a lot of experience through Pro League just as well as I have, and I think the strats help a lot. So I think probably, anything can happen, right? But I think that we'll end up meeting them again.
Yeah. Usually when we've seen that, a lot of times the person coming back from the losers bracket will tend to all of a sudden flip things around and win. Is that something that concerns you, that if you have to face them again, they're going to know a lot of your strategies and things like that, whether you're coming up from the losers bracket or they are, that's going to be an issue?
I don't think that I'm not worried about the whole like them knowing our strats situation. I think a lot of the times maybe the team that's in first place thinks that they have an advantage over the team that's coming from behind, so they're less expecting, or they don't practice as much. And the team that comes from the losers bracket is like trying harder. I think that's usually the case.
So, that makes sense. Obviously, you guys, having been in Pro League and now having to work your way back towards it, have definitely, I would think, a hunger for making sure that you guys win this, because if you don't, then you're out for a whole nother season, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's none of this is like taking easy for us. The 3 of us that were on Onslaught last season have a huge chip on our shoulder, and we want to prove ourselves. So every game we're going to give our best no matter what.
Did you guys feel like you got the maps that you were hoping for this time? I don't want to give away strats or anything, but just overall.
Yeah, I think that we probably have the biggest map pool out of any of the Challenger League teams. So I'm not even, any map is fine to play for us.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys are feeling confident today. I hope we'll get to see a good match between you guys versus Equinox. I know both teams have something to prove, so I do hope we see exactly what you say. One of the teams beating the other, and then the other one coming back potentially from the losers bracket. Although then there is Group A to contend with as well. Is there anyone in Group A that you're particularly worried about?
Yeah, I think the SOAR versus BXA game was super close. So both of those teams are really good in their own right. We haven't been able to see much from Evo, so I can't really give them too much credit. We've only scrimmed them once, so I I mean, like I said, anything can happen. I'm just going off of one play day, and we'll see as the season goes on. But I think that both BXA and SOAR are very good.
Cool. Well, hopefully we'll see some good stuff from them. I know they've both been working hard to try and get up there at least and shown some good play, so expect to see more of that once you guys encounter Group A. Should be interesting.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and talk to Remorse here, and then we're going to get on with the game. So hopefully you guys are ready and warmed up, and I'll speak to you again soon, either coming from the loser's bracket or continuing in the winner's bracket.
All right, I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
All right, man. So now we are going to give Remorse a little call here. See what he's doing there. Where are you? There you go. All right. See if he's going to answer this time. Started to think you weren't going to answer this time.
You gave me barely any time at all.
Yeah, you were warmed up, to hit that answer button. All right, so we've got Brad Remorse Hickey, well-known player here on Equinox, who is going to be playing for their chance at Pro League again. As you've been in Pro League, as I was just talking about with Delikin, both of you guys have been in Pro League before. You guys have a bit to prove. I mean, how you feeling going into this matchup?
I think we're feeling pretty good. I mean, a little bit last notice. Well, I think both Dally and I thought our match was going to be next week, so we had to, I guess, sprint to get ready a little bit. I think we'll have a close match today. I don't think it'll be, I'm hoping it's not going to be too one-sided. Just the same as with last week. I really like those close games because they are just really exciting overall. So,
you think it's going to be pretty close then?
I think so. I know that they're pretty strong on some of these maps, so it should be an interesting fight no matter what happens.
So I mean, the same kind of question I asked Delikin is this: how do you think the map pool is or the map picks are favoring you guys on the ones you did today?
Well, they're all maps that we generally like. I mean, we just saw Onslaught play Proximity on Oregon just this last week, and Proximity coming in as one of the statistically weaker teams, taking them to 5-6 on that map, either points to Onslaught having some general issues in regards to their setups, or Proximity having some sort of a fluke statistically standing for a team that's very newly developed to take a previous pro team to 6-5 on a map that they have predominantly been strong on in the past. Really kind of puts into question just how strong they're on that map. Like, what was the reason that went to overtime? Were they just not respecting their opponents and they let them get a leg up on them? Or was it that Proximity really found a way to make them falter in their strategy? But I mean, other than that, I mean, I think they're a little bit of like a frag-heavy team. I think that they're going to be pretty strong. They have a lot of really good aimers on the team, especially with their pickups of Crazy and Flex. So I think that they'll be doing well because Talon has always long been a good anchor player and a good general support. So to have two really strong fraggers now on the team as well really means that I think they're a little bit stronger than they were when they were in Pro League now, at least with this roster. So should be interesting to see how that goes, especially on a map like Chalet that's a little bit frag heavy. So,
yeah. Well, can we expect any surprises strat-wise from you guys today?
Well, we're going to try really hard to not pick a bomb site that's, like with the border thing, the bathroom one, that was a bit of an accident. We were trying to click ventilation, and one person clicked on it, and then everyone else clicked on it.
The bandwagon effect.
Yeah, and then the Tachanka pick probably not coming out because I was doing it mostly to mess with you, but then when I clicked it, the countdown started, and I couldn't undo it. So
to be fair, you guys won that round, so I was like,
we did win that round. Yeah, I mean, I just went upstairs, threw the turret down in the middle of the bar, if only assuming that it would maybe slow them down somewhat. So hopefully we won't have any of those kinds of, I guess, mistakes.
Misclicks.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hopefully we'll see a good match between you guys. I expect good things for both of you teams. I wouldn't expect us to go a quick 2-0. So I'm hoping we see all three maps, but at the same time, I guess if one team just really outplays the other, I think as Delikin was saying, I expect that there's a good chance that whoever doesn't win this time probably will come out from the losers bracket and we'll see a rematch of this. Do you think that's likely?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty likely. I mean, just if only because both of us have already beaten the teams that are down there. So no matter what happens, at least given past history, it's not like something should be too wildly different, especially with both of them being, I believe, 2-0s. Then I'm pretty sure we're going to see a similar result. So we should, no matter what, probably end up fighting each other in the end.
Well, definitely going to be today, so looking forward to that. So we're just going to go ahead and move on to the match as soon as you guys can all funnel into the lobby. So we'll catch you guys there and have a good match.
All right, you too, thanks.
All right, so we're just going to try and get these guys in here. Make sure invites are out to them, which they were, but I know they were busy with the interview, so hopefully they can get everyone in as quick as possible. We'll get started. So let's take a look at what the maps are going to be. Actually, I'll just go ahead and switch over to here. We're also going to take a look at the pick bands while we wait for them. So to start off with, we're going to have Clubhouse, Oregon, and Chalet as the matches. So as Remorse was talking about, Chalet is one that they maybe are a little more concerned about, but that is the decider map, so that may or may not be a factor. Clubhouse, we have seen them play, and it is obviously a popular one, same with Oregon, so these are not really unusual maps in any way. I'm almost surprised we didn't see Border, but let's take a look at the pick bands to see how it ended up that way. So we started with Equinox banning Bank, not one most teams are really wanting to play a lot of the time, but one sometimes teams will kind of keep in their pocket. Consulate's sort of the same thing. Also Cafe, so these are kind of ones that you kind of expect. Then of course the DLC map, Skyscraper, still not being a huge favorite, although it has been pulled out sometimes in Pro League, and I think maybe in Challenge League. I'd have to look back at the actual history to see, but Border, surprisingly Onslaught not wanting to play, so then it did end up again with Clubhouse, Oregon, and Chalet. So Clubhouse was Equinox's pick, so having done successfully on it last time, they wanted to go ahead and give that a try again. Oregon being Onslaught's pick, both teams probably being comfortable with Chalet, but letting it through. So that is what they'll be playing if it comes to that. This being a fairly even match, I think, between these two teams. I think it's likely to come to that, but you never know between these guys. So it should be interesting to see. Hopefully they can get in here. I'm not sure what's taking them so long to join. So we'll just see what's going on. See if we can get these guys in here. I'm just going to throw out the music real quick and chill for a minute while we get them sorted. I'm just going to try and see what's going on, if they're having any technical issues or anything like that. I believe there was a Moss update fairly recently, so there's a chance they could be having some issues with that. All right. So it looks like we got everyone in. Sides are good. Map is correct on Clubhouse. If everyone's ready, we're going to get started. All right, cool. So here we go. Starting on Clubhouse. First match of the day. Group B bracket. Onslaught versus Equinox. Should be one of the best matches here of Challenger League so far. Definitely a promising one. So we are going to see them, of course, going downstairs first. Where else would they start? They're going to be bringing a pulse. Sometimes they decide not to, but they are going to this time. See if Crazy can manage to get any kills through the floor with C4, which is generally what he's great at. We are going to see that Buck in play. No surprise, they are bringing a Thatcher, which is smart. And plenty of utility. So it should be interesting to see if they're able to get all the walls open, or the walls and the hatches, rather. I imagine Remorse is going to blow open the tunnel for Holiday Nog to push down, but we'll see. Depending on how they want to play this attack. I imagine Onslaught probably going to be prepared for that. Delikin likely to be playing in the tunnel, although Flex is going to be the one to actually potentially reinforce it, or at least get his ADSs up first before deciding what to do. So, there's Delikin getting one up a little late, though. Looks like Talon could actually be playing with him in the tunnel. So far, no one actually pushing that yet. Where's Remorse? All the way on the other side of the map, or just droning over there? Perhaps. They're spawning over here at the warehouse. Although Neptune spawned over here. He looks like he's just still doing some droning for them. Do we have actually a roamer up here? It looks like Flex actually going to be playing upstairs here. Nope, he's just downstairs. It just looked like he was up. Hard to tell through the floor there. Although Holiday Nog pushed up aggressively here, not going through the dirt tunnel after all. Going to push down the stairwell. Trying to peek. Pangan could be the first to stick his head out right into the bullets. See him catch him with Pangan, though. The smart prone shot there. Hide behind the boxes. Takes Blackbeard down just a little bit in health. Drone's going to come out from Achieve there to try and help him out. Here Buck doing his damage into the floor. See if Neptune's able to find anyone through that. Still just kind of setting up a bit of an angle. Hasn't quite got exactly what he wanted yet. There we go. And there's the angle. Looks like he's getting some of that soft wall open there. It's actually going to put Pulse in bad position. He tries to get a C4 kill there onto Buck. Doesn't quite work. In fact, just opens up more of the floor for him. Looks like we got a first sub here from Bat Queen. Super appreciate it. Awesome. So, see if Neptunes can get a shot here. Ooh, there goes Buck with a nice kill there from Crazy, but in the meantime, Chief got a kill, and then Holiday Nog trades it back on a Crazy. So far, attackers at one-man advantage, 4-3. We're trying to find a shot here. Talon going to be playing it back pretty far. Wall going to get open, though, by Remorse. Looks like they are going for the old-school church strat. He's now looking for an angle across from Memorial, trying to get the shots down on Talon, but Talon lays him down on him without even taking any damage, actually. In the meantime, Achieved also takes down Flex in the trade, so it is definitely going back and forth. Still man advantage for the attackers here. Blackbeard trying to do some. There we go, takes down Talon. Nice job, Holiday Nog. In the meantime, Achieved going to pick up the diffuser. Going to bring it back and try and plant in the church here. It's all down to Delikin to try and stop him. Oh, and he's going to fight one behind the shelf there in just a moment. And there's the peek. Donut trying to do his damage there. Does take Delikin down, and that is the first win on the board here for the attackers. Equinox with 3 men still left alive. Nicely done. Solid attack. I really didn't expect them to come from this side, but it worked out quite well. I think they were planning for an attack from the tunnel, but definitely didn't happen. Used their utility well, and I think that missed C4 also cost them a little bit. So we are going to see if EQ can defend the basement as well as they can attack it. Now, does mean, of course, we're going to see Arsenal Room likely again from Onslaught next defense, as they lost it. They don't have to switch. What they can do here. See if they're going to actually probably set up. There we go. Holiday Nog in the tunnel and make sure that that stays secure. Shoutouts to Milos, who's tuning in. He is the other Challenger League caster for EU. Make sure to follow him and check out his EU casts on Monday for Challenger League as well. Definitely a great caster, especially for those of you who saw us working together at the Pro League Finals. It was definitely a good time. Look forward to doing that with him again. Hopefully over at Gamescom. We got Penguin here pushing in as the buck. Nothing unusual there. Gonna open up window instead and actually attack from this side. Looks like he's a little worried about. This is unusual. Usually you see like more of the X-Kairos fired from there, not necessarily the skeleton key. So it looks like he's just playing a little cautious now. They did go for the C4. Potentially, no, that was the Alpino. There is still, I believe, Neptune's has his C4, so that's what Buck is concerned about here. Oh, there's Remorse though with the C4 kill onto Penguin. Here comes another potential. Nope, a little too far, a little too soon, but he is trying to do his thing. He's a little exposed here down from the basement. A nice job, Remorse with Mute getting that C4 kill. Surprisingly, he has used all his jammers up though. Holiday Nog going to be playing this tunnel. Looks like they could be going to push for it. Let's see if they've got it open. They do not have it open, but he does. Delica does have the thermite charge on there. Like he's waiting to do it, but doesn't go for it just yet. Flex actually pushing. Fairly common. Here, push. But he hasn't opened the door all the way, surprisingly. I'm not sure why he's not just shooting it, considering, like, that's pretty risky. Smacking like that. Maybe he's just trying to bait out the shots. No one wanting to test him on that just yet. Now with their buck lost, they're playing a lot less aggressive on the kitchen, but Crazy's still wanting to consider something here. He's got the diffuser, but he's going to try and play it safe on the stairs, if he can. Flex still trying to hold an angle here onto Memorial. What's up, Skies? Ooh, shots coming down there from Neptune's taking one out. Now it's looking really good for the defenders. EQ coming on strong here, 5-3 at the moment. Morse trying to hold an angle on Blue. Neptune's trying to play it back, but he's starting to get pushed out here thanks to Flex trying to blow open this wall. And this is usually where they start flashing and running in. He's got his own flashbangs, but Achieve actually working a nice angle down the hallway, although he's more concerned about this hatch at the moment, and that's going to be a little bit of a problem for him as well. Trying to find Flex. Flex might just walk right in these bullets here. He could go for a drop shot, but it's still going to be risky. Remorse takes down one. There's a second one on Delica, and it is all on Flex here to try and flex his muscles into Arsenal, but he's got a drone first. At least throw out a drone for his dead teammates to watch. Donut with a nice peek there, pushes back. Now he's pushed from both sides. Achieve Donut. Neptune's all shooting at him from different angles. Not a great spot to be in for Flex as he gets flexed on by Equinox for a nice second win in a row here for them. This is, now you see why they picked this map. This is definitely a map they are strong on. Crazy and Talon, the only ones with any kills so far. The dual breadsticks over there, not doing so great, but this is the chance to bring it back. Now they have a better idea how the attack might come down from Equinox, assuming they play the same attack strat. They're bringing the same lineup, so it's likely. So hopefully they can adjust to that. Maybe Crazy could try and get that C4 kill onto the buck this time. Try and hold it back. Looks like they're going for the same lineup as well. We'll see. If they set this up any different. interesting that they open up a bit of this wall here so they can shoot into the church. Need be fight crossfire with it. That can, of course, backfire, though, of course, if that gets used against them. But generally, that's a good way to stop the plant. Say you're in church as well, and you're trying to stop the diffuser from being planted anywhere near the bomb when they drop down. Of course, if they go to plant it over here, then you could be in a little more trouble if you've got this wall reinforced. But not reinforcing this wall is generally a mistake, so I imagine they're going to do that, because otherwise you get just a remote breach charge here, flashbangs out, and they charge on into plant over right here. So we'll see if they go for that. Thought for a second their flex might go for the roam, but no, he's not going to. Do we have someone missing, though? No, there we go. We got Like It over in the tunnel here. Shots coming down as they get set up. Looks like basically same spawns as last time as well. You can control this faster. They're more concerned with opening the blue hatch first, which is usually a good idea. We want to see if anyone's down there. Talon going to be the one to be playing that with his rotate hole back into church, which he used pretty well last time, although unfortunately he did get taken out there after getting one kill. Crazy's still doing his thing on the heartbeat sensor. Let's see if he's going to catch Buck out. Neptune's pretty far back there. He's playing it a little safer. He's actually just going to be doing some droning for Steam instead. Crazy's still looking to try and catch anyone he can. Not quite finding anyone yet. Holiday Nog doing the push that he was doing last time here. Working his way down the hall, or the stairs. Down and towards the hallway. Looks like we've got quite a bit of damage there onto Flex. He's trying to hold this back as best he can, but they are pushing pretty aggressively here. They have not taken the blue tunnel or anything yet, but I do think they're doing damage from above Memorial. Holiday Nog just trying to help them get set up to drop down here. Looks like Achieved doing some well here. Looks like they did lose Donut though. Looking for shots. No one wanting to expose himself. But maybe that's how Flex got put down. But there's Holiday Nog getting a nice kill there on the Penguin. Wall gets opened by Remorse here, carrying the diffuser. And they're trying to catch Flex out with very low health here. Talon smartly not standing by the hole this time. Remorse trying to find him though. He's actually pushed up into the garage, gets taken down by Achieved. So that was a nice idea, but unfortunately did not work out. Shoutouts to Uncle Moist. What's up, buddy? Oh, it walks right into Flex. Didn't see him there. That's where a drone would have been helpful, Remorse. Holiday Nog, though, looking to finish it off. Takes a bit of damage for it, but he is in with the diffuser. Goes for the plant. But Achieve says, nah, I'll just go ahead and kill the last two guys. Shoots down Crazy into Lycan, and that is a nice jump down and just double kill there. Boom, boom, boom. Not even reloading. Not the greatest of shots, but it certainly worked. And that is another win on the board for Equinox. Crazy up to 2 now, but still not looking great for a lot of these players in terms of frags. Just not finding the shots they want to. Now, this is their chance to make the comeback happen because now they're fighting Bar Stockroom, the harder of the bomb sites to defend. So this is where Onslaught really need to bring that Onslaught onto Equinox. So, we'll see if they can do that. Remorse on that mute again. Let's see where he puts those jammers just out of interest. Shoutouts to Ripley. So it looks like they may be reinforcing the club. This is something we've seen some of these teams play very aggressively in sometimes. So there's some of those jammers down, telling someone, hey, you guys need to reinforce these walls here. Oh, Pagan does see him on his drone. Says, nope, you know, I'm going to cut that drone off. And next time we do see another drone out there nearby. I wonder if Remorse is going to get another lucky wallbang. Last time we saw him shooting right out the soft wall and hitting someone in the head that was just moving past the truck. Was definitely lucky, but you never know, man. That's what those pre-fires are for, just in case. Chief trying to help him out here with an ADS to try and help stop them from being able to take down that jammer. There's the pre-fire again, just in case. See if Remorse can catch someone off guard. Now they are trying to Thatcher to try and stop that the mute jammers from doing their job, and they are doing a good job of that. As the Thatcher does do his job. Neptunes does pick off Penguin, though, and that's a bad start. Losing their sledge early on. Flex does make some progress in, though, in the meantime. He's going to be trying to work his way in, taking down the barbed wire. Looking at the angles, hoping to catch someone with these quick peeks. But he might be overexposing himself before pre-peeking. Looks like he's still having trouble figuring out what he wants to do. He does have to fight Achieved. Talon, in the meantime, drones out Achieved. So they know he's there now. Flex going to go for it. Shots come down, and he does get taken down by Delican, who was holding a nice angle through the bushes. So here's Flex going to go in now. Playing aggressive. They have taken control of the club. So they're going to be opening it soon, I imagine. Now Neptunes is up here to try and hold this off potentially. I imagine he does have an impact grenade left. Yep, he does still have one to open up the hatch if he needs to. Morse, though, in the meantime, takes down Flex. Not letting him get pushed up any farther. Going to go for more peeks. Not quite catching anyone just yet, though. He does know that they could come in from below, but no one really wanting to. No one coming from the stockroom side either. It's all coming from the club side for the most part. Yep, and all three there. So 3 against 4, though. Still looking in the advantage of Equinox. Looks like they're trying to figure out how they want to push this here. Crazy going to be trying to hold this angle, make sure that no one peeks out on them again. Diffuser gets picked back up. Now the wall's going to get open by Delican here. They don't have a Blackbeard or anything to try and hold that angle, so they're just going to have to hold as best they can. But they didn't take control of the top floor. Neptune's up there now, opened the hatch. He's ready to take the shots down. He's actually guarding his flank. He could even run out that hole there. That might have been where he used that second impact grenade, getting ready to jump on out. Talon might be feel the brunt of that soon if he jumps out from behind. Crazy, though, sees the hole. Looking to say, okay, I know what that's for. He's going to go around and hopefully hope that Neptunes is watching that hole come around from behind on him. But he's opening the hatch, and that's going to make it harder for Neptunes to sit there. In the meantime, though, Delican does take down another one onto Donut. Gas pushes him back, though, and he takes a bit of damage himself. Shots coming up here. He's going to push right on down to Castle. Shoots him in the back just a little bit, but Castle gets away with it. Somehow doesn't land the shots back as Crazy takes him down. And there was another kill from Neptunes. It looks like it is now a 2v2. They've got the mute and the smoke left. Kind of what they need, but they need to take down. There we go. That's a nice kill by Morse. That's exactly what they need. Delican not going to be in a great position now. Even if it wasn't a smoke left, 2 of them to be able to shoot him. Easy win there. And that is match point already, 4-0. This is not Onslaught's map. They're going to get a chance to defend the downstairs again, but so far that hasn't done any good for them. And not winning on the best bomb site for them to attack definitely does not bode well for them to get any points. It is looking very strongly like Equinox here could shut them out. At least Donut not having a donut. That's good to see, but he's going with Maple Bar instead. See if he can pick that up as well. But you know what? His team's clearly winning. He's doing his job, so not a big deal. Crazy, though. Trying to do some work for his team. Let's see if he can make that pulse work again this time. Not bringing anything different other than Talon now on a castle. So we'll see how that works out, because before he was the Rook, deciding, you know, we maybe need a little more utility, a little more control of which way they push. So we'll see if this factors in. Obviously, this is going to shut him out. Last time we saw him push up that garage and try and go for flank. This time, he's going to hold that, but that might help him go for that kind of push if he wants to tear it down real quick and go for a run out or anything like that. We'll see if that's what he wants to go for. So he's going to go for castle barricading here, and we'll see where he puts the last one. A lot of times it's going to be on Memorial, but it's a question of which door on Memorial. Or could he just go for, say, you know what, we're not even going to bother with the dirt tunnel, and he's just going to shut that out. So that works. Still kind of like shutting out Memorial a bit, but we'll see how that plays out. Penguin going to be there to do his battery thing. Of course, they do have Achieved on Thatcher, so that should be easy to take care of. Be interesting to see if they go for a different push this time. Although so far it looks like the exact same attack strat, but hey, it's worked, so can't blame them for trying. Even if they don't make it work this time and lose it, that's just going to force Onslaught up to bar for their next defense, if they even get another defense, as it's already match point. So not a lot of risk for Equinox. They're in just a great position to close this out either way, even if it takes an extra round to do so. Remorse already droning out Crazy, who's actually playing outside of Arsenal. Now that Delikin doesn't have to play in Dirt Tunnel because it's been shut out, he's just going to be the one to actually play in Arsenal. Crazy looking to hope to catch Buck a little bit easier in the hallway. Not going to bother with trying to catch him out in kitchen. You see him looking right at him. Buck is outside of the C4able area, though, for the most part, so Crazy's going to have a hard time catching him. He's going to use the smart angles, probably shoot through this again, as usual, and open up some holes down there. Holiday Nog, in the meantime, pushing down the stairwell, as we've seen him do previously. Trying to find someone. Not quite seeing anyone. They've actually boarded up some of these doors. They're definitely boarding up a lot between Castle and the wood barricades. They're definitely sealing it up, trying to make sure they have some idea when the attacks are coming this time, slowing them down a bit. See if that works out in their favor, though. In the meantime, though, Neptune already picking down one there onto Crazy. He says, "You're not going to get me this time either, Pulse." So he's definitely a really good Buck player when it comes to knowing how to play this smart, keeping his feet safe, not getting taken out easily. And do some droning up for Holiday Dog. Now, they left that wall soft again. So this is a situation where they could bring down someone to open it. Donut could be the one to do that if he saves one from the hatch, but it looks like they didn't bring remote breaches, so they're not going to be able to just open that up and run in. But hey, their other utilities worked out well so far, so there we are. We're going to have Remorse dropping in, something he's done previously to open this wall. They have achieved on Thatcher. I imagine he's going to be able to make sure that those batteries are done for. See if Penguin's there to try and trick it. He has one battery left to try and trick this here. He's going to place that down, and hopefully Achieve can take advantage of that. Nope. Remorse is going to blow the other wall, potentially. He's going to see that battery there. See if Penguin's going to try and trick it. Now, there's another Thatcher that went down. Achieved no longer has any more Thatcher grenades, so it's a case of can Remorse trick him, but he does. He gets the other wall. Now, Smoke's going to come out there trying to stall him out. Penguin, see if he can play the smart. Now, we've seen him play very aggressive in the past on these. Now, the Smoke is going to delay him from doing that. Looks like a lot of shots coming down. Delikin gets finished off. Flex is pretty low on health as well. Remorse and Donut taken down two, and then Achieved picking down the last one. Good half already. 5-0. Looking very good for Equinox. Very solid start against the team we expected a bit more from in terms of points. So that's amazing. 5-0. Excellent start. Flawless victory indeed. Everyone doing their job. Even Donut moving on. 2 points. Penguin, the only one, feels bad, man. So hopefully Flex doesn't mean that GG and means more of a good half, as we are going to move on to map number 2, which is Oregon. Now, this is going to be, of course, Onslaught's pick, so this is their chance to do something about that 5-0 scoreline. Try and at least get a point or two on this map would be good. Surprisingly, that same attack pretty much worked every time, so something to take note of. We're going to see, I'm going to switch the map here to Oregano. Okay, let's make sure everyone corrects this. Okay, 2-minute bio then. Gotta give them a chance to release the beast, get a little break in. Make sure the sides are correct here, and we are on the correct map. So I'm gonna go ahead and update the overlay so that we know who's on what side. So they have switched. Stupid overlay, there we go. Alright, so Equinox with the 1-pointer. Looking good for them. So we're going to throw on some tunes for a second, give them a chance to get their little bio break in, and then we're going to get cracking here on Oregon. All right, we've got everyone ready here, so let's get cracking here on map number 2. Oregon. Here we go. Hopefully everyone was ready. Looked like everyone was ready, so if not, then rip. So they definitely have plenty of time to get ready if they weren't. So we will see how this goes down here. Now, Onslaught this time starting on attack, as this was the map choice for Onslaught. I'm assuming then Equinox wanted to play defense first. I think that's still most of the time the preferred idea is playing defense first on the maps that aren't your pick, as defensive setups can be a bit more standardized than attacks that might need to be a bit more flexible depending on how they hold and where they're holding. And you don't want to have to guess what bomb spot they're holding first on the first round if you can help it. So we are going to be starting down in the laundry. Aren't bringing anyone too unusual, although I actually am surprised to see a castle here. It may be for defense here in Meeting Hall, judging by the fact that they're reinforcing it. We'll see if they open up a hole between the kitchen. I would imagine so. So we'll see where Castle places his barricades here. Looks like they're definitely setting up for a lot of kitchen defense as well as Meeting Hall. Personally, I'm not a fan of that particular hole spot because it does have a sight line all the way there, but that is probably their idea. Given the window, that might work in their advantage. Usually, I think it's better to put it on the left-hand side to tuck it a bit behind the wall. But if they want to be able to see across and they're playing more in the Meeting Hall and less in the kitchen, might be a good idea. Getting some late reinforcements up here on this wall. Delikin, though, going to see both of them. They do shoot the drone, but that's some good intel for them to know that. Donut going to be the one actually banditing as well here to make sure that they can't easily open that up. Attacker's not bringing anything too crazy, although they're taking control of this top floor fairly fast here. Penguin just pushing in aggressively. Flex jumps in with him. Or, no, jumps on outside with him. Grenades going to be coming out, assuming that was open there. I would assume they knew that. Interesting tactic there. It looks like Neptune's actually could be playing over here to try and counter them. Does get seen by Flex, though, and that's going to push him out. He's not going to stick around on that, although he's going to look for a different angle to maybe watch. See if he can take that, turn that to his advantage, the fact that they know he's in there. And he jumps in the window. He does take advantage of it. Nicely done. Neptune's playing really well today. Nicely done. He gets droned out again. The follow-up drone, it's like, that's not going to do a lot of good. Although, 2 drones there, and there's Penguin pushing in. Going to try and take the pick here. Doesn't quite catch him. Now the drone is following him and marking him. He decides to back off. This is not working in his favor yet. Going to bring a teammate instead. Going to do some more droning. I think they've lost 3 or 4 drones already to Neptune. So Crazy going to try and pitch from a different angle as well. They're really trying to push him out. Does no good, though. He'd already returned to site. So all of that almost for nothing as they lost one of their best attackers on Flex. But in the meantime, at least they do have this hatch open because the defenders opened it. So we'll see if that works to their advantage. They do want to try and get some access to the Meeting Hall from above here. Crazy going to see if he can find anyone downstairs. Sledge opening that up. Not seeing anyone. Donut in just the right spot to not get seen there. I like that they're playing smart angles downstairs. Well, they have Talon, though, does find Donut, and so that angle does no good except against Crazy. See if Achiev's going to get away with this here. He actually drops down the hatch at just the right time. Now Crazy going to be able to open up this hatch, and this is where the push is going to start to come very soon here. They're going to have to push, though, from the backside. They're setting up for this tower attack. Neptune's actually in an interesting position to try and counter here, because this is the side they're going to have to come from, and he knows it. There's one of these is going to come down. If he catches the Blackbeard, this is going to be really bad for them. Drone, don't tell me Delikin did not see him right there. If he did not, this is really bad for them. Maybe a second drone coming to follow it up here. Neptune's in a really strong position. There goes Blackbeard. Just slaughtering him. Crazy next to go here, potentially. Nope, Crazy with a quicker shot. Trades it off, but Neptune's doing great work killing 2. Does an amazing job. Plant's already coming down here. C4 comes out from Remorse, though. Makes quick work of that. Achieved holding a nice angle as well here to try and counter this thermite push. There we go. Nice takedown. Got to finish off with this little squirt gun. And is all unachieved, though, to hold this off against Penguin. There we go. Goes for the pistol, but Penguin wins it. Doesn't quite get the plant down, but it doesn't matter. Nice job, Penguin, managing to make that work in a really tough situation. Surprised that actually worked out for the attackers. It was definitely working much more in the defenders' favor till that push came. I especially like the way Neptune's played smart always let them push into him and got some kills each time, despite being droned many times and having to push back. Very well played. So that is the first win on the board, though, for Onslaught. Literally the first win for today for them. They are going to bring something different on the attack, though. They're bringing that Capitao, so that says to me they're probably going for an A-side push, at least for partial. Maybe for the other side as well, but we'll see. Nope, they're going to be playing Dorms. So that Capitao still having some use. For sure, he can still get people between these two windows, try and catch people in some different spots back here. Still has utility, but I think they were probably preparing to attack the downstairs. Their lineup, though, still useful for this site, although Thermite not as useful unless you want to push across from the attic. So we'll see if that comes into play. So nice choice by Onslaught, probably picking the site they weren't expecting. Flex going to be bringing that castle. He has set up all of his castle barricades already. Talon going to be back on his rook. As we were talking about earlier with Remorse, Talon always been a great anchor, and he tends to play those 3 armors then, although we have seen him play castle as well. In this case, Flex going to be the one to do it. Looks like they definitely want to hold this tower. Talon sticking it out right now. Going to hear those shots, though. Not going to be sticking on his cameras. All shots going down. Looks like Achieved. Going to try and push up here, assuming he can get a drone in there, which he's going to do. He's going to take a look. It's in a book, and he's going to read their defense. Catches Talon there. Let's see if Talon's going to be ready to do something about it. Shoot through the floor, perhaps. Nope, he's looking to see if he can find him. Donut could have a different angle here. C4 goes up from Pangan. It doesn't land anywhere near him, though. It's unfortunate. Talon in a good position trying to do something about this, but he's looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Chief gets an easy free kill there. Looking good again for Equinox on this start, but they were looking good last time, too, and couldn't quite make it work, but they're definitely taking control of this tower. So they do want to make sure to be able to push from the side if they can. Take advantage of this being open. They don't even need Thermite to open it because this is open on both sides. Sightline all the way through both. If they pinch from this master bedroom as well, that could be a pretty nice crossfire that they could use to their advantage. Battle Eye doing some justice as well. Nicely done. Taking out White out. Achieved pushing up cautiously. Trying to find someone. Going to start thatchering. May not do any good as I'm not sure there's anything really there over there to thatcher, but Crazy holding back here. There goes a window open from Donut. Like nice long angle across from the window. Give himself a crossfire here. He's going to be trying to hold this angle for his team. In the meantime, Holiday Nog, though, hasn't opened that yet. Now, I hope he has something in the junk tower behind him to make sure that he's watching that so he doesn't get pinched from behind. That's usually going to be the biggest weakness. And Pangan is going to be the man to try and do that. This is all about timing, though, and making sure you catch him while he's busy. So you can get him from behind. Getting a Blackbeard from behind, always great. Although he's got to wait till he's in the right spot. Now, Pangan could have cameras out there that he could be using to his advantage if they're not taken out. And he would be the one to know that. He does open that up. That's going to give it away, though. See if Holiday Nog watching it now, though. He knows it's unsafe. But see, that's all Pangan has to do is now make it unsafe for him to sit there. He could come back at a later time and not have to open anything. Smartly played on his part, although he is fairly low on health, surprisingly. So we'll see if anyone else making any progress here. 35 seconds left, and they haven't gotten all the way in, but it looks like potentially a Master Bedroom plant here. Donut rotating around to Master Bedroom to come in. Now that Remorse has opened it up, making good use of that Thermite. He's going to be trying to hold it off for his team. See if he can keep it going there. Delican, though, in the meantime, Throwing Smokes has already thrown all three of them. That's really bad for trying to hold this off here. Donut going to be trying to go in for the plant. Capito actually cutting off the rotation as well. He's just going to jump in, start doing some work. Delican does take down one. Neptune 6 down one, but it gets traded by Delican. So Delican doing some good work so far. Holiday Nog does finish off one, though. He pushes in A, but now Delican's going to come around from behind. Doesn't quite finish the shots. The deagle comes out. Doesn't matter that Penguin finally gets that flank he's been going for. Gets the second one on Remorse achieved. Finishes off Delican. It is now a 1v1 here. Penguin versus Achieved. Last time in this 1v1 in the 1v1 on this map here, Penguin was the winner. But now Diffuser is down, so he's in the worst position. See if Achieved can hold this off here. He's just going to hold this angle as best he can as that body of Blackbeard twitches on the floor. Now Penguin coming for this Diffuser. He's waiting till he hears the sounds. Hopefully the sounds propagate correctly. If he does, he's going to walk right up into it. Easy shots for Achieved, and now it's his turn to turn the tables onto Penguin and be the winner this time, bringing it to first point for Equinox on this map. A nice attack from them. That is going to mean, of course, that Onslaught can play that bomb spot again. So we are going to see probably the same bomb spots twice in a row. Again, we are going to go back down to Laundry for Equinox and I imagine back up the dorms for Onslaught. So we're going to do the old tit for tat back and forth between these teams. Looks like we're seeing fairly similar score lines as well, with Achieved and Penguin kind of being the guys to go mano-y-mano, especially at the end of the round, getting a lot of kills between them. So it is kind of a nemesis between them. So it should be interesting to see if that continues, especially if we get to map 3. Let's see if they set this up any different. Neptune's going to be on that castle again. Looks like they're going to go for similar setup upstairs. See if that pays off. Looking for any other place he could set up some stuff here. He's going to castle out. Nope, he's going to change his mind on that, actually. Ooh, they're taking control of this tower awfully fast. But they're actually pushing out of it, surprisingly. There's Penguin going to open up that wall. That's going to be good for them to try and push this attack a little bit further. Last time they pushed it from above into the skywalk. Shots coming down there, trying to do something. He's actually taking a bit of damage already. Trump's going to come in from crazy and see where Chief's at, but Chief's actually going to take advantage of it. The wall bangs onto him. Big shout out to Snooper and Goni. Thanks so much for the subscriptions there to help out. Crazy takes down Neptunes just to celebrate those subs. So that is a nice push there. Penguin very low on health, but Neptunes finally gets gets killed early on without getting kills himself. Now they're going to start to open this up. Achieved. Going to try and do something to counter this as much as possible. Shout out to Nakamoto as well. Awesome job. Really appreciate it. Ooh, Achieved with the shots. Almost, there we go. Finishes off Talon as well. A double kill, dropping the diffuser right in an easy spot near blue there. That is Achieved coming back hard, taking down Thermite and Thatcher. Shout outs to Dizvar. She's trying to play a similar angle to what Neptune's got away with last time. Ooh, nice kill there by Penguin. He's doing some good job. Finally finishes off his nemesis Achieved. Trying to punish him for those massive kills he got down there. Let's see if they can push this now. They only have 3 men to push it though. 3v3 in this situation. Now the question is Smoke going to be able to stop this? There goes one Smoke. He's got one left. He's already used one earlier. He's going to get droned out though. They're going to know he's there, but he's going to try and stop Penguin from making the push here. 17 seconds left. Remorse trying to help on the back as well. Donut playing an angle over here. Nicely crossfire here. This is going to be bad for Penguin, who pushes right through the smoke. Actually going to be able to get the plant down. They hear it, but they're not doing anything about it. He's going to push around. Penguin pulls off. Shots come down through the bomb, and there's the EQ getting another point. Now, coming out ahead like they did on Clubhouse, but so far, hey, at least this isn't going to be a 5-0 if it goes EQ favored. So nicely done. Equinox successfully defending that. Now that means we're going to see them go top floor next time. Unless they want to do something crazy. Or like Remorse said earlier in the interview, an accidental click. So, Donut, again, living up to his name. Flex, needing to flex a little harder. And then Penguin and Achieved, still rocking the top of those scoreboards there. At least everyone on Equinox assists equally. Give them that, right? So, let's see how this goes here. Now this is Onslaught defending downstairs. I don't believe they won the upstairs if I remember correctly. So now they're just choosing to switch bomb sites. So that should be interesting to see how they're going to play this defense. They are bringing a castle also, but they are using him in a different way. It doesn't look like they're using him necessarily for the upstairs, although he's only used one so far. This could go either way. He's going to be sealing off the meeting hall here. Flex says, no! Let me in. Now he's going to have to do it again. That's going to be a little bit of a delay in there, especially given Thatcher there. Takes a while to get, or not Thatcher, but Jaeger. It takes a while to get his stuff done, so. So, getting those reinforcements up, trying to hold off this. They definitely want the meeting hall. 3 of them in here so far. Interesting the way they've set this defense up. Instead of putting it all the way in kitchen, they're putting it back here. And they want this tower. Flex going to be in a precarious position. They've got this castled off. Trying to make it hard and reinforced. So they don't want the same back and forth through the wall they had to deal with. Wall going to get open easily, though, by Remorse. Just making sure it doesn't get bandit tricked. Holiday now get a nice position to try and catch someone off guard. Could catch Penguin here. Does get marked out by a drone. Going to try and pre-fire that through the table. A little late. Achieved in the meantime, though. Gets Flex. That's not quite Penguin, so he'll have to try and find him. But it's a nice start there, taking down their Jaeger. Now they've pretty much given up meeting hall. That was quick, despite having a good defense for it. Once that Thermite did his job, they were forced out. Talon actually going to rotate upstairs. Interesting to see if he can do anything from there. There's a window getting opened. It's going to just help them to be able to see across into the lobby in case anyone wants to get tricky. Remorse actually going to open this up. Now they went from opening up the meeting hall to opening up the construction site. Crazy now in a hard position to be in. So we'll see if he can hold this off. He's got that castle barricade to help out a little bit. Well, it's not going to do a ton here. Holiday now going to be the one to start pushing this. Remorse not going to be able to do anything more to open it, and they don't have a sledge. So they are probably just going to either have to have Donut open it for them or just smack it down. Donut, in the meantime, playing up here. He's going to rotate around the construction site to help support them and open that door so that Blackbeard can hold his angle. Holiday Nog just waiting for Penguin. Tip of his gun might actually be sticking out. Looks like it probably is, considering they threw a ping down on that. So Penguin is known to be there, and he jumps out, but Blackbeard not quick enough on the shots. The hard part with Blackbeard is you really got to be quick on the trigger to make him work sometimes. They are going to get that open with Donut, just as I was saying. There goes the smoke down from Delikin. That was the first of 3. Him and Crazy trying to hold this back. Penguin trying to play a little bit of a different angle. Since he got caught out, he moved to a different position. Delikin going to throw another smoke out, trying to hold it back. Looks like Talon here in an interesting position here. Potentially against Achieved. Who knows he's there now? Talon going to open that up and give himself a chance to get shot here. Trying to get the shots down. He gets taken down. Achieved takes him down. It was Crazy takes down Donut, and Delikin takes down one. Penguin takes down one as well. Delikin and is all down to Holiday Nog. Trying to stop us against. He's got 1. He's got to find 2 more. He needs his teammate here, who's not here to support him. A little late. Achieved though, going for the plant. Not going to work. And that is the second point on the board now for Onslaught. So this is their map, so they should be doing well. They're definitely struggling a bit, but it is coming up. So now we're going back up to the dorms, but this time for the first defense upstairs of Equinox, as they have not played up there yet. They had successfully defended Laundry the second time around, and so now they have to go up there. See how they set that up. Now, Neptune's bringing the Pulse, interestingly. I almost would have expected to bring that castle, but definitely have a different defense here for the top floor. Let's see what Neptune's is up to here. Going all the way down, potentially setting up over... I'm just looking for drones over here, trying to make sure it's clear. Maybe for a roam later, he's going to mark that there's probably a drone outside there. Unfortunately, can't do much about it because it's going to be sitting outside the hole. Let's see if it is out there, actually. We don't see one outside the drone hole, so maybe he's wrong about that one. Interesting, though, the way he's kind of scouting for drones. He's going to rotate all the way downstairs. This is something we see a Pulse do sometimes. May actually be facing off against a few here as if they push this tower side. Looks like he's maybe looking to see if he can catch them on that. If they want to try and clear this bottom floor. Crazy going to be droning upstairs, though. They want to take control of this meeting hall, it looks like. So we do have Penguin, at least he can control the tower here. It's going to get opened a little bit. Now Donut has an angle potentially. Nope, Donut's actually, he's got the reinforcement in his favor. They had made a hole to get across, but then just decided to seal it up. So they are going to make this a walking hole, so they definitely want to take control here of the attic. Now, not sure that they know that they're going to have to work their way through this as well, but this is a soft wall, and they do have this window, interestingly, working into the master bedroom, but could work in their favor if they're able to open or get even a soft wall shot through onto that window. That's going to backfire on them there, potentially, if they go for push on the inside. Deliking going to be that Blackbeard over on this window. Nothing unusual there. Now no one's playing over there. Let's see what Pulse is up to, though. He is over on the tower side still, trying to catch anyone he can. Jones still going out, Penguin, trying to make sure that the meeting hall stays secure so that Crazy can do his thing upstairs. He's going to start opening this wall here, and this is where Bandit's going to be forced away. Donut not trying to trick that. He's instead play it back. He's actually going to open that window there. Or no, Crazy opens it, and that's what I was talking about through that soft wall. There's a problem for them. Now that can work to their disadvantage, although Achieved and Donut both trying to hold that angle. Delican trying to push as well through. Here does take Holiday Nog down a bit, but he gets flashed probably by his own teammate. Ooh, there we go. Shots down on the flex. Oh, no, sorry. That's his teammate. What am I saying? Oh, the Holiday Nog still crawling away. Can't quite get finished off. Penguin finishes off Remorse, though. Nice kill from him. See if Flex can get something going here. Crazy gets taken down by Neptunes, though, on that potential flank here. See where he came from. He is working his way there, but Talon is just outside. Gonna try and take him out. He does see him, though. Not sure what to do about it. He's looking right at the angle he's at, trying to call it out for his teammate. In the meantime, though, Delica takes that one, but Donut trades it back. It's going to be him versus Donut here pretty soon as the tower fight goes on. Penguin trying to help support Delican up here. Talon trying to do what he can to at least keep Neptunes busy. Achieved holding this angle to make sure that they don't come in from the B window side or try and run across. Neptune's playing up here on the attic window. Interesting how that's going to work out here. As there's only 13 seconds left, they have to push in. Blackbeard holding this angle. He's hoping Donut will push out so he can get the kill and start pushing in. Donut does push out, but he can't hit the shots. Donut actually wins the fight and finishes him off with Chief's help. Penguin in a bad position as well. Chief easily finishes him off, and there's the revenge kill from Chief onto Penguin. It's all on Talon here, who's busy fighting Neptunes. Neptunes wins the fight, though, thanks to a better angle, and Diffuse is going to get just shattered there. So, that is Equinox winning again, bringing it to 3-2. Taking this towards match point here. Donut, though, finally coming off. Flex still needing to do something, but Penguin trying to make up for it. Achieved. Whew. Really carrying the boys a little bit. Him and Neptune's doing a lot of work. Not that Remorse and Holiday Nog aren't doing some as well. We are going to have Onslaught working their way upstairs now that they've won the downstairs. Although that was a volunteer switch by them. Interesting choice. Wire down and everything. Now Flex going to be on that catch again. Talon going to be on that rook. Let's see how Talon's going to play this time. Ugh. I was talking. So they are setting up this crossplay again. See if they reinforce this or if they're just going to leave that open. Flex still has one armor panel left. He's going to set that up there. One on the window there. And then one on the door there. Trying to make it hard for them to get in. Shots coming down from Delic and open this up a little bit late. Another Battle Eye Justice there. until I can have to reload. Get it open eventually. Takes a lot of work there. That's what I need to do. I wonder if he intentionally opened. He could have opened up some of the floor as well if he wanted to give himself an interesting angle. Holiday not playing it way back. Must be doing some droning for Steam. Looks like they could potentially be going for master bedroom take. Now they knew this was the bomb spot because they won downstairs. So this cap out was intentional. Let's see what Neptune's going to do with it. Nope, she's going to be on drones. Let's see, Donut's going to be doing some droning as well. I like this drone spot, or a camera spot Flex is using. Gets a lot of view here. Can't quite see everyone, but it is nice nonetheless. I'm seeing them in master bedroom as well. And then in the A spot. They're seeing some drones that they unfortunately can't take out because it's a camera, not a turret. It's coming down. They are going to have to take control of this tower. Penguin actually in a good spot to hold it. They can't open that up there. Could be what gets Donut killed here if he's not careful, not watching it. Now they have the camera to know when he's watching it though. More droning in the attic for them. Now they know Talon's in there as well, as that you saw the mark there. The question is, do they know Penguin's there? You can't easily jump a drone up there without trying to like kind of shimmy it up the ladder. So it is difficult without throwing a drone in manually through the window, which is not opened. So this could be something that comes back to bite them. Holiday not getting his usual position. They are pushing this already. Remorse pushing in here. Crazy going to be trying to bandit trick it. Just waiting for Remorse to try and thermite that. There we go. Still playing the bandit tricks. Remorse trying to decide when is appropriate for this. Thatcher not over here just yet. Achieved. Going to go for the throw from there. Hopefully that works out for them. Wall starting to get open here. Doesn't get bandit tricked, and that's going to force Crazy out. Crazy's going to be holding an angle back here on the stairs instead. No one pushing in just yet, though. 40 seconds left, and they're still jockeying for positions. Talon's still back over in the tower. May not pay off. Neptune's looks like he could be fighting him there, though, as they know he's there. Still Achieved, though, in the meantime. Takes down his arch nemesis, Penguin. Nicely done. The two of them just trying to take each other out. Now, that's good, though, because that is the top fragger on one team taking down the top fragger on the other team, making it hard for them to hold off here. Remorse is taking him down. Talon, though, does finally get that kill onto Neptune's. Those back and forth between him and Tefta. Ooh, and then a nice headshot there onto Donut. Now he's going to try and fight Remorse here. Smokes are coming out. Achieved, though, takes down Crazy. Flex takes down Holiday, and then Remorse has got Flex. Here's the shots coming down. Nicely done. Just barely doesn't finish off Achieved. Talon's got to hold him off here. Remorse has got to try to make this work, but he does not in time. Like it takes down Achieved at the last second. Solid out, and that is a win for the defenders. 3-3 yet again. Coming back and forth. Next point is going to be match point, though, and so if someone can get 2 in a row right now, it is going to be over. If someone gets, if they go back and forth, then it's going to go into overtime. That will be our first overtime here. Jeez, 12 points. Flex finally breaking his 0 streak as well. Achieved, though, doing so much work. So we are going to be going back down to Laundry for Equinox, which they lost the first time and defended successfully the second time. It was a bit scrappy. So we'll see how this is going to come out this time. Let's see if they go for defense upstairs again. Neptune's setting up castle barricades and stuff upstairs. Getting his reinforcements set up. Hasn't put any castle barricades up yet. Looks like he's a little indecisive on how he wants to set this up this time, though. Maybe making some adjustments or calling out some stuff to his team to determine how they want to allocate those resources. Interesting if they're going to castle barricade this. Going to be going back downstairs, though. Not trying to hold this. Donut and Achieved probably going to be ones trying to hold this off yet again. Now we've seen an attack from above. We've seen an attack from behind there. So it looks like they're trying to make some adjustments to try and make this a little bit harder. Neptune's going to actually play it in this tower. It's going to rotate down. So they've got control of the lobby. They're not pushing the tower this time. So this is actually kind of working out in their favor, assuming that they are able to hold off the meeting hall, which they had trouble holding before. So they're just demolishing this. Capitao actually with a nice shot there. Putting Chiefs very low. Nicely done by Donut. Or Delicat, sorry. So the D. Marked him out. Good droning. Remorse takes down Crazy though, but Delicat does finish off Donut. Speaking of the double Ds. So he is trying to work the single through the hatch. I like what he's trying to do. He's even got to cross into the school classroom there. The Chiefs still managing to stay alive out here. Flex though in the meantime gets a kill there, trying to break his low scoring streak. That is Neptune's trying to hold that tower, fails to do so. Now they've got control of the tower, but he does get spotted out. He's actually going to rotate down and try and be the man to attack from behind. This is a typical play. Try and come around from behind here like this. Try and pinch them out a bit. But Chiefs staying alive here is going to be a problem. Talon, though, trying to do what he can about it, does just about make it work. Somehow, Chief actually drops down successfully. Talon just not making those shots hit. It is attacker advantage, though, still right now, 4v3. And one of the three still has pretty low health. Capitao trying to finish the work he did earlier. The Chief doesn't quite get it this time, but that was a nice try. I like what he's trying to do. And I like that Achieved manages to stay just barely out of the range. So some good play and counterplay there. See Talon pushing down. He's going to get smoked out. Holiday Nog having some holiday cheer from these smokes coming out. One more out. That is 2 out of the 3. He's got 1 left. 15 seconds, though. Plenty of time. We do see a drop. He sees it. Gonna be easy kill there if he can make the shots count. But he actually gets pressured off. Flex takes down Remorse. Achieve takes down Flex. There goes the smoke, though. That's gonna stop the plant. Somehow, no, Delicat manages to survive through it. Shots come down. The attackers actually win that. Bringing it to match point here for Onslaught. Surprising turn of events there. Penguin, of course, coming around like a maniac. I think some of that came down to the whiff shot there. Just not quite catching Flex as he went around from the soft wall hole. But it is match point now, so judging by how things have gone so far, it's likely to go to overtime here that EQ will get the point they need to bring this to overtime. But if not, this could be Onslaught taking their map and then moving on us on to map number 3, which is Chalet. And I would be interested to see how these two teams play it. So we'll see if that happens. Achieved, though. The rest of his team almost needing to pick it up at this point just because of the sheer amount of kills he's getting. Setting this up here to try and defend from the meeting hall into there this time. May not work out, but we'll see. Come down there and open up that lobby. Talon does have a nice angle out here. See what he can see. He could actually get shot from the hole there. He's like, oh, we better reinforce this one. Otherwise, this is not going to work out so great. He's actually got a little bit of wood there. I'm not sure if that's going to be covering up his view. Because that's client-sided, we may be seeing something different than he does. Shoots out that drone. Finally, they are definitely taking control of this lobby here very strongly. No one pushing from the tower side, it looks like, though, and that could be a problem for them. Letting Flex sit up here, letting Crazy and Penguin work this area, although Crazy rotates down. So just Penguin and Talon. Achieved trying to hold his angle. Ooh, waiting for Talon to get just out of position. Now they're going to have to do something to move him out of position, though. He's marking it for the drone. Oh, there's the Capitao. That's nicely done. Good follow-up there. It doesn't quite kill him, but that's more than enough to get him down. Drone hole could actually be the finish for him. And they're going to let Penguin get him back up, it looks like. This could be bad here. Oh, that's unfortunate. All that work to get Talon down for nothing, but they are going to get that window open now, and that's going to be bad for Talon. He's going to have to play it back in a different position. Spending a lot of time, minute and a half now, just trying to take control of this meeting hall. Penguin in a tight position as well. Going to try and hold this as best he can. Grenades coming out, though. That's going to hurt him a bit, but not quite kill him. Flex does take down Donut. Holiday Nog takes a little bit of damage from that angle. Penguin going to try and go for a finish, but he gets finished off by Holiday Nog, who he was trying to throw that impact at. Although Holiday Nog pretty low on health now, which is unfortunate for a Blackbeard. He needs as much health as possible just to make sure body shots aren't enough to finish him. Down to Flex trying to hold this off as best they can. Shots coming down here from Remorse. And there's Holiday Nog, though, with a nice crossfire to finish it off. And they're taking their sweet time, but they are doing a great job. Neptunes finishes off Talon, but Talon does get achieved in the meantime. It is now a 3v2. Attackers at the advantage. Crazy and Delica down here trying to hold it as best they can. He's got all 3 smokes left at 45 seconds. This is actually in his advantage if he can make this work. First of the smokes going out here. Neptune's trying to hold an angle. He's going to try and get that smoke or fire out to make sure no one hiding in that cubby there. In the meantime, Remorse is going to be trying to push down with the diffuser. Crazy holding his angle, trying to stop it. He's going to come around. This is what Remorse needs to stop, though. Now, this is where Capitao could use some smoke to help cover for the plant. 22 seconds left, though, and I believe those all the smokes, but Crazy takes down Remorse. That's the diffuser dropped. Holiday Nog going to pick it up, but he's low on health. It's going to be hard for him to get this plant down. Smoke trying to hold the counter angle as well. Rather than his usual position, doesn't want to let the soft wall hurt him. Doesn't have any smokes left either. He has 1 impact nade, though. That could help. That would be enough to even potentially kill. Looks like, oh, there we go. Crazy getting taken down, though. That's bad for Delican here. Just got to try and stop this plant. Going to come down. There's Neptune. Why is the Neptune's not pushed down there? Oh, there's the bait out from Holiday Nog. How is this not working? And Neptune's, though, with a nice crossfire, going to pit him in there. But he wishes he had more fire left. Oh, there's a flashbang going out. That's going to blind him. Puts him in a bad position. He's not going to have an easy time getting this here. Somehow Holiday Nog has survived all this. Then manages to get the last kill. That is almost, I guess, embarrassing for them to be able to get away with that. So nicely done by Holiday Nog. Getting a lot of kills from such a weak amount of health. Really doing a good job bringing it up. And that is going to be going to overtime here. Now everything resets. We're going to see OS on defense first. EQ on the attack. Onslaught wanting to play in Laundry to start with. So we'll see how that goes for them. It'll be interesting. So, nothing too different on the defense. Penguin going to be on that castle. We'll see where he's going to set those up this time. Again, we're seeing a lot of defenses of the meeting hall. They really don't want to give that up in terms of defending this particular bomb site. Realizing they don't want to give up the hatches and they don't want to give them full control of the back tower so that they don't get pinched. And they want to be able to rotate around to counter pinch if there's, they're going to be able to push on that side. So, but I like what they're doing here, and obviously it's working well enough for it to go into overtime 4-4 here. So we got 1 castle barricade up. Here goes the second one. Yep, setting it up for the meeting hall. Imagine they're going to be over here soon. Now we'll see if they reinforce this. They did reinforce this wall and battery, but not setting up a window on it this time. So I'm going to go with a different strategy instead. Shooting cans, though. Good target practice. Penguin going to be going upstairs. Set up some reinforcements here. Trying to stop them from getting into the meeting hall from above as easily. That is important. They have reinforced this side as well. They're already making quick progress over here, taking control of the tower. No one hiding upstairs, which is good for them. Chief's making sure no one going to push up on them from below. No one trying to, and they have reinforced a lot of this meeting hall. Trying to hold it up, but Flex actually going to be in here. We'll see if Remorse is going to be the one to actually open this up. Try and make it hard for them. He is over here. Now it looks like he's just going to open up this side. See if Flex is going to do anything about it. No, he's just holding this hard angle here. He realizes though there's a chance. He was afraid that that was behind him. Looks like he's ready for it to be. He could even open up a small hole in the floor, maybe even to give himself an angle, but he's not going to. Morris is going to do some joining now for Holiday Nog to push. Looking for anyone in the meeting hall. There actually is no one in the meeting hall. They have all abandoned ship, and they left this unreinforced. Definitely seems a little sloppy, but, hey, maybe that would have made a big deal, as Donut would have been able to open that pretty easily anyways. Penguin playing a long roam over here. We'll see if that does any good. Flex, though, gets achieved, and that's a good start for Flex, because that has definitely been the top fragger, but he gets finished off by Neptunes, so it is traded, but I do think that was a worthwhile trade for Flex, losing the Jaeger in exchange for their best fragger on that Thermite, or Thatcher. So it looks like Penguin could be a big thorn in their side if they don't take care of him, but this castle wall could actually work against him here. If they leave that intact, they could actually take advantage of it. Didn't reinforce either of these. Nice little blood trail from Neptunes there. Looks like he might have got down and picked back up. Crazy holding angle here. Trying to watch the back, but he gets thrown out by Neptunes. Now they know he's there. This is a soft wall, so he can't actually sit there anymore because they can just shoot down below it well before he can open it up. They might even actually open up the window right there with that grenade. Nope, just barely far enough away to not open it up. Looks like they're getting pushed back. Progress coming up. Neptunes opens up that castle barricade. Shots coming down from Talon here, and Delican trying to stop this as best he can. Smoke's going out. That's the first of 3. Takes a bit of damage from it onto Neptunes. Flashbangs nearly flash him as well. Looks like Donut just going to jump right into it. Downs himself, but he's going to get back up to 50%. Nope, he does not get away with it. Delican uses second gas canister. Doing some serious damage with it. They're working that gas really well here. Morse going to try and find a counter angle if he can here. Doesn't quite catch anyone. This is really stalling out here. 23 seconds left. We need to make some progress. It is 3v4 defenders with the advantage. Looking like OS may be taking the first point of overtime. Neptune's trying to find a good angle. Doesn't quite. Neptune takes him down instead. Now Crazy marking that he needs to get over there. There's defend over there. Something. Remorse going for the plant here. Holiday Nog going to try and defend him as best he can, but Holiday Nog goes down. Remorse trying to get off the plant as fast as he can. Drop shot from Crazy, though. Nearly takes him down. His Talon actually the one to finish it. Nicely done by Onslaught. Trying to bring this back, though. For being their map, though, it has definitely been close. Makes me wonder if we get to Chalet, whose map that's going to be. Remorse made it sound a little bit like it could be Onslaught's map, but hard to say. Everyone kind of doing their job here now on Onslaught. Neptune's doing some good work along with Holiday Nog. Donut, though, still needing to pick it up a bit. Even Flex got 5 now. So we'll see how this goes. Now back to the dorms this time. For the EQ guys, Equinox is going to be playing what could be their last defense if they can't make it work. Well, I guess it'll be their last defense either way, right? So we only have a maximum 2 rounds left. This being one of them. Well, you know, just making sure that was enough to crawl through there. Open it up a little bit wider. See if Remorse can open this up faster than I think it was Delican was able to. They've got this window interestingly positioned. Try and look into here. See where the other one is set up, if it is set up yet. Let's see, we'll take a look at Remorse here. He still has one left. He's going to go put that up for the master bedroom. Donut going to be doing his typical bandit job here on this wall. Trying to make sure that stays secure. There we go. So that's the angles I was talking about that could be useful to use from this side. Morse in a good position to look through those. And that stops anyone jumping through the window. And also people trying to put pressure on the white stairs. Neptunes with an early kill there onto Pangan. Taking out one of the top fraggers with that C4. Nicely played Pulse. I'm not sure he's going to get away with anything more like that. But still, great way to play it on what could be their last round. Crazy, though. Being super persistent with that drone. Still not losing it yet. Neptunes cannot kill it. See if Talon can come around to actually punish him for it. He's keeping Neptunes busy and wasting a lot of his ammo. Looks like Flex actually going for the push here. With the Neptunes. Neptune's ready for it? Nope. Still busy with the drone. Shots coming out, though. Does tick him a bit low on health. Not quite enough to finish him off, though. He is about 75% health still. He's going to fall back. Now, this is not the bomb site to defend, so he doesn't need to be down here. Cheats playing up in his kitchen. Trying to hold this off. They are taking control of the meeting hall, though, and the tower. No one pressuring the kitchen just yet. Got to like it up on this roof. No Blackbeard over on this window. They actually didn't bring a Blackbeard this time. Interesting change up on an attack here for this bomb site. Looks like Crazy going to drop that diffuser, leave that outside. Could be a mistake if it gets down to the last seconds and someone's not there to grab it, though. So got to make sure that they have a plan for how to use that. Now, Delican going to be the one to try and get the cross here onto this spot in the middle on Remorse. He's going to get a drone. He knows someone's there. He's just got to get the right angle to get that fire out. Now, achieved probably teasing that there. Ooh, there's a nice Claymore. Now, they are counting on this Claymore there, so this actually could backfire on them quite badly if Achieve's able to make this work. Flex, in the meantime, does finally get that kill into Neptunes he was hoping so badly for as he pushes away, but loses most of his health in the process. Delican trying to hold this position here, and this is where Achieve needs to do his job. Oh, the C4 kill on himself, though, from Morse. Feels bad. See if Achieve can... There we go. He's getting ready for his jump out. His big jump out debut does not work out as he hoped. Shots comes out on him, and this is all falling apart here. 3 men down already, only to take out Pangan. This is looking bad for Equinox to bring this back. I'm thinking this is going to go to Chalet pretty quick here. More fire coming out from Delican. Shots coming out. Holiday Nog, though, taking down one on that smoke. Crazy, but he's going to get easily picked off there. Trying to push that a little too aggressively on Delican. That is all on 3v1. Donut in a bad position. Someone who had a donut. Or no, he's got 2. Oh, he's got to get these kills. Not going to happen, though. Talon hiding behind the bomb, and that is GH once again. We are going to be moving on to Chalet. That's anyone's map, potentially, although Equinox did not make it easy for Onslaught, guys. Some nice scores coming out there. Neptunes, Achieve, Holiday Nog doing some good work. Let's hope Chalet's more donuts map. Good even spread here across Onslaught. Hey, that's why they won, right? Everyone contributes. It's a party. We're just going to take another quick 2-minute bio, give everyone a chance to refresh since we're especially on the map 3 here. Switch the maps real quick. Here we go. See if they need to switch sides or not. Both teams 1 point up. Looking good for that, at least. But again, not sure if they need to switch sides. They need to do a coin flip for it. So we'll find out soon. So we're just going to take that 2-minute bio there. We're going to throw on the sweet jams everyone likes. And get that cracking. Alrighty then, everyone's ready here for Chalet. Hope you guys are ready as well. Hope you got your snacks, bathroom break that you needed, because we're going to get cracking here. Boom Chalet, map number 3 of match number 1 between Onslaught and EQ. Now keep in mind, Equinox won map number 1, 5-0. Onslaught won map number 2 there, 6-4. So if this is in any way EQ's favor, gotta admit I'm favoring them. But of course it is anyone's game. They're gonna start in trophy room first of all places. Remorse gonna be bringing that fuse, as is typical for that attack. So we'll see if that works out. I'm gonna be bringing that castle. I'll be interested to see how that gets used.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Take a look at Lycan real quick and see where. I imagine he's gonna set up at least one here, but he could go for the old double castle. It's fun to see. Nope, he's gonna go for wood on this one. Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna go for taking a half wood. There goes that last castle there. Alright, interesting to see that setup. See how that works out. 1, 2, and 3. Really trying to seal off the kitchen. Definitely expecting a dining room push since that's where all the castles are set up towards. They are going to go for top floor control first, of course. There is no one up there to contest it. No roamers downstairs as well. All 5 on site, it looks like. So, yep. Should be interesting then to see how that plays out. Flex playing a little close here. See if he's going to get picked off. He's going to hold this. He's got the hole there to be able to drop down in that hatch, but it's a bit risky. He's holding that as best he can. Meantime, they are taking top floor control fairly fast here. Chief's going to open up the hatch. Donut going to push in aggressively. Hopefully Donut can make up for some of his lower kills from previously. A lot of shots coming down here, but no one quite getting hit by them. Chief's going to go for a different angle here. Now they're not playing the buck over here just yet. Where is Neptune's at? We usually expecting a different spot, but he's actually playing down in the garage. Okay, not unusual as well. Shoot up the floor. There's a nice kill by Crazy onto Donut with that C4. And Chief gets pinged in the meantime. That old rivalry still happening between those two. So that is their smoke down though. Let's go by a Chief. He's going to try and work his way to the top floor. Remorse though does get a nice kill there with the fuse onto Crazy. That's got to feel good. And does see where another one's at. He's going to try and go for it, but it's a little late. It's kind of like a C4 where it's just like, too little too late. Unless Talon gets hit by an unlucky puck. Nope, he manages to stay far away from them, although he doesn't have anywhere to run, so it's a good thing that Remorse didn't have a good read on that in terms of knowing where's that now. Talon wants to punish it, but he can't quite find him just yet. He's just going to be hanging it back up here. Neptune's in the meantime hopefully done with the downstairs. He's going to try and find another spot to attack from there. Looking to see what he can find through this hole. Does see one. That's Talon, or no, I'm sorry, Delican caught off guard here. A lot of shots coming down here, and Holiday Nog working the window. He's going to go work the other window now. Try and see if he can catch Delican, who's been spotted. Doesn't quite see him, though. He's just barely staying out of range. Shots come down, though, onto his shield. So it is a 2v3, or 2v4, though. Definitely not looking good for the defenders. Flashbang's coming in with the ADS, but his job gets achieved. Nice kill by Delican there. Put serious pressure on him. Talon trying to hold the other side. Doing a good job of it. Trying to hold his crossfire. Gets Holiday Nog as he comes in too. This is a little too easy, but doesn't see the one on the reload. Delican sitting there telling him, hey buddy, you got to get him. But defenders win because they couldn't get the kills. 3v2 and just could not get the plant down. Definitely feels bad for Equinox, who felt like they probably should have had that round. So, kitchen trophy room now for Equinox to try and defend. Seeing they defended as well as Onslaught kinda did. I think a lot of that came down to just failed pushes in through that one window over and over, just getting shot. Definitely did not look great. That nice angle that they had through the double walls. So we're going to see Neptunes pull out that pulse, which might work out for him instead of the castle here. Hard to say. See if we get anyone on drone. Reinforcing the heck out of that. Definitely not wanting to shoot an angle through that just yet. May or may not reinforce this as well. They're also not bringing windows. Let's see. I would expect Neptunes, if anyone, to be on the roam here, and he is. Also not unusual to have achieved as Jaeger on the roam here. See if he's going to hang out up here or not. Morris going to go for some late throws. He is upstairs, but the question is he going to go down? Looks like he is. Achieved, though, going to be the brave one to stay upstairs. Neptune's, of course, going to go downstairs. Kind of expected that, playing as the pulse. Talon's going to catch him out downstairs, though. It's going to be the end of his little shenanigans down there if they open that garage door. I imagine they will. Yep. Flex going to open it up. So one of those remote breaches, though, may cost him, but they do have the bandit pushing, or I mean the buck pushing the other side, just like Neptunes did last time. Let's see where Neptunes are skedaddled off to quote Bloodbath. Holy interesting angle there. Achieved, just holding another interesting angle. Top floor. Definitely want to make sure that they have these floors secured. Attacker's not quite taking control of the top floor. Instead, they're moving more downwards, making sure that there's no more roams there. Interesting idea. Flex could be the one to find Chief's bullets here. So, no, but Chief is still not there. He's waiting a different position. Flex hopefully droning up first. Nope, I'm going to walk right into a Chief shots. Oh, Chief doesn't take them, though. Oh, he's backed off just in time. It's not looking good, though, if the drone comes out. Neptunes actually could be going for... Oh, there we go. What happened there? Achieved. Talon also taking down Neptunes. That was the timing of Onslaught there between Flex and Talon. Just brutal. It's definitely seeming more like their map so far. Nicely done between these two. Crazy was droning like the whole time. So finally comes up. Penguin doing stuff from down below. Could go for a grenade here. Is he going to make it in the hole? He does. Good throw. A+. That opens up some of the floor in the process, which is nice. Holiday Nog actually hiding back in the corner. Not a great position to be in. And I use the smoke to try and get away. Let's try to put pressure on that window. It is a 5v3 still, though. Looking good. 45 seconds left. More than enough time in the 5v3 situation, but they've got to start making progress soon. Morse trying to play it back in dining. Holiday Nog trying to hold this off here, but he's getting grenaded out pretty bad. In the meantime, Donut trying to hold back on the dining as well. Trying to keep that alive. Flex. Holding an angle there. Now that he's in, can Holiday Nog stop him? Nope. Holiday Nog is going to take the fall, and then Remorse can't quite get the shots either. Flex just slaughtering people to 3K that round. Penguin finishes off the last kill into Donut, though, and that is 2 points up here. This is starting to look like Clubhouse was for EQ. So, Onslaught starting strong. Nicely done. Definitely gonna need to pick it up here, Equinox, but they're gonna have to fight the downstairs now. So since Onslaught won upstairs first, now they're gonna have to switch down to the downstairs. See what they go for here. They are going to bring a mute, which should be interesting. We'll see what Penguin does with that. That's a strange name. Here's 1 down. 2 down. Definitely wanting to try and stall out this push onto the wine cellar side. 3 down. They have a bandit as well. Looks like they're really holding out in here. Not going for any rooms. Oh, never mind. As I say that, Flex rotates upstairs. All the way to the top floor. Ooh, shots coming down on Flex, though. Not going to be able to sit up here the whole time. You know he's up there. Not sure if they've droned him out just yet, but they are definitely wanting to take top floor control. Something that didn't look like happened too much last time. Remorse going to be pushing down for the wine cellar side. A lot of mute jammers, though. Paying in there, the mute jammer man, sitting in his corner. I'm going to have to take some of those out, but it's going to be hard. They're all kind of tucked away in a hard spot. There's the C4 attempt. Probably from Penguin. Didn't quite work out. Donut, though, a nice starting kill onto Flex. As I said, Flex not going to be able to hold up there the whole time. He's going to rotate over here and ask that get opened up. Looking to see if he can catch anyone in the dining room, though. No one wanting to do that, but Delican actually playing it pretty far up here. With the shotgun at an interesting angle. Just holding that spot right there. Hopefully that pays off for him. It's a pretty big investment for a smoke, who should be down on site, really. Ooh, there's Penguin getting pushed back here pretty heavily. Shots coming down on him. He's forced back. Trying to get what he can. Ball getting open now. Unfortunately, his mute jammer wasn't enough to hold it off completely. Neptune's there with the Thatcher. Ooh, and there's the why you have this opened up a little bit here, so he's able to hide. I like how they even had the hole straight through it. His feet is a little exposed, though. Neptune's can find him. Moore's trying to do what he can through that hole. Ooh, double claymores. That's going to make sure no one comes out that hole. Ooh, easy kill on the Penguin, though. Feels bad. As they all start to crush down on this here. Like a did rotate back down as he needs to. He's still worried about that flank, though. Probably should be Talon actually rotating up. There goes Delican down to basically no health. So he gets finished off. Talon trying to rotate around. This is looking very bad for Crazy here as well. Chief takes down 2. Donut finishes off the last one, and that is the first win on the board there for Equinox. Trying to make a comeback, finally. Nicely done. So, that was not their preferred bomb site anyways. I don't think so. They're just going to go back to their preferred win after that. Everyone doing a good job on that attack. Very solid. Very few people. I'm not sure anyone even died on the attack that time. Kitchen trophy room this time. For Equinox. Let's see if they can make an adjustment to what they were doing last time. That didn't quite work. So, we'll see what they can do with that. They are bringing a castle in. Are going with Neptune's on that pulse, so similar to last time. Didn't quite work out as well as they would have hoped, though, but still worth a try. See where if Penguin goes for that downstairs buck attack again. Now, last time Neptune's was caught downstairs, and they pushed a lot of pressure on him. Curious to see if he's going to try and repeat that and have achieved upstairs again. Looks like he might be. It looks like they're deciding, though, that was the big weakness, was letting them in that door way too easily. So we're going to reinforce that so Neptunes can play a little more aggressively down here. Nice adjustment. Morse still a little late upstairs, but probably going to rotate back down, I would imagine. Looks like he might change up where he goes for some of those other cameras. Neptune's still going to hold down here despite them taking it, though. Definitely take control of this bottom floor, though, that's for sure. Penguin doing this one from below here. He's going to put old Nog in here in a bad position. Trying to hold this off, but a lot of the floor missing. Flex, in the meantime, takes down Donut, though. That's still onto the Bandit. Ooh, Penguin, though, taking a lot of damage here. Possibly from... Let's see, who is that even from? Oh, and is he going to get that? Nope, misses the grenade. That's risky. Might as well open the whole window if you're going to do that. There we go. Decides to have someone else shoot it down for him. Not going to do a lot, though. Definitely having a lot of trouble holding this particular bomb site from inside because of the buck. Penguin still could do a bit more down below. Ooh, there goes Flex, though. Neptune's doing a great job playing this downstairs still. Crazy taking down Achieve. That's a nice kill by him. Equinox starting to fall apart. Now a 3v4. Crazy doing some good droning. Penguin trying to make sure that Holiday Nog gets forced out of there, but it's not quite working. Holiday Nog just trying to stay alive like the BG song. Can't quite find anyone to kill, though. Remorse trying to hold off pretty much everything himself as Neptune's is still playing this long flank downstairs. So really it's all under Remorse and Holiday, and there goes Holiday. What a nice Claymore on a Neptune's. Takes him out. Well done, Talon. And Penguin finishes off Holiday Nog. It is all on Remorse here to find 4. Best of luck to him. Looking like this is going to go 3-1 here. Somehow doesn't hit any of those shots. Talon drop-shotting him in the most literal sense. Nice kill there. Remorse feeling a little confused. So, looking really good for Onslaught. Funny part is it's not even a ton of kills here. They're just winning the rounds regardless. So we are going to see the kitchen trophy room again from Onslaught. They did the upstairs successful, downstairs successful, and then upstairs. It's going to be their second time. I think they've done 2 successful defenses and an offense. Not quite sure. They're going to be bringing some windows and castle barricades. Interesting placement. See if Flex is going to hide below there again. He's got to get his barbed wire set up. Morse going to be bringing that fuse again. It did manage to catch someone last time, so it was worth doing. Now I'm going to be playing the roam downstairs, but Crazy looks like he could be going for an upstairs here. But Pulse, it's a bit risky if that's true. Nope, he's going to go back down. So looks like so far everyone playing on site here from Onslaught. The last time they all like dogpiled into this window, and that just did not work at all. Curious to see if Neptunes can do a bit more from downstairs with that buck. He's going to do some droning first, though, to make sure that it's safe to go in there before he opens the door. No one else really likes to play downstairs so far, except him, though. So I can trying to stay alive in here. Flex also laying down in here. If a grenade gets thrown in there, that actually could be bad for him, could force him out, but I don't think they're going for that just yet. Neptune's going to start opening up the floor. There we go. Shots coming out there. That's going to do a little bit of damage to him, I imagine. Like it takes a few hits. Tries to finish off, trying to see where's the move to, but there's the drop down from Flex. Kills Neptunes. He wasn't ready to fight a second one. Did not expect 2 people inside the room. Flex now stuck downstairs, rotates out. Donut taking control of the top floor here. See if they actually do something to pressure Flex out here or not. Achieved actually going to do some droning to see if he can catch him. Not quite fed anyone yet, but he may or may not catch Flex. He's in a great position now. He's probably anticipating that he rotated upstairs, which is the wrong expectation. Holiday Nog holding this window here. Let's see if Remorse can get upstairs and get this use cluster charges down. He's actually going to shoot through the wall there, but it's actually more open than he expected, probably. Ooh, he sees both of them there. Now he knows where to place that cluster charge. However, that is crazy on a pulse though, so he's got to be worried about that C4. He needs to bait that out first. So maybe he needs to stand still for just a second and then run away. Gotta bait that out, but it is hard to do sometimes. Now you hear the cluster charges being placed. Potentially, no, he's trying to bait it out a little bit here. And there's Crazy gonna go for that C4. Remorse has already moved away from it, and he might get the kill he's hoping for here. He's gonna go for a quick follow-up. Holiday Nog takes down Penguin though. Donut takes down Flex. Starting to look good after losing Neptunes early on. One more cluster charge left. He's gonna go for it here. See if anyone's left to catch. Crazy gonna move away as he knows it's there. Assuming he doesn't get picked off. That's where they're having troubles. He needs to place a little further away. Talon did get downed probably by one of the cluster charges, but he is gonna get picked back up. They are still holding a very good defense despite only having 3 people left. They're all on site. Shots come down though from Crazy. There's a nice kill there on Remorse, trying to punish him for all that fuse cluster charging he did. Look, that was through the kitchen window there. Ooh, there's a nice trade back by Donut, and then traded yet again back by Delikin. It is a 3. Ooh, I was gonna say a 3v2, but now it is a 1v2. Nope, and there we go. Delikin and Talon finishing off the last 2. Onslaught coming on strong. 4-1 match point here. Looks like they could potentially be going home for the winner after losing 5-0 first map. Surprising turn of events here. Remorse. The breadstick this time. So we're going to go back down to Snowmobile Garage for Equinox this time. I don't believe they've defended down there just yet. Remorse going to be playing that mute that Penguin was playing. See if he does similar jammers. Of course, he needs to get his reinforcements out first. Interesting. Hoping to catch maybe some drones doing that. Getting get one jammer up there to start with. Have to get there we go, there's another one. Curious to see if they set up that one shelf with a little hole the way that Penguin did. I'm not sure if Penguin's actually the one to set that up, but definitely used it. Let's see if they're gonna seal a bit of this off here. And I'm gonna rotate up for a roam, or are they all gonna play down on site? Donut, there we go. Going for it. Gonna be playing all the way upstairs here. He could set himself up for a nice jump out as well if they're not expecting to clear the top floor. Definitely focusing on this trophy room so far. Flex and Penguin clearing it out pretty fast. Talon and Delikin holding this side. They opened that hatch pretty quick there. That could be a problem. Morse going to be in position trying to use that. Looks like that might be a soft wall even. Nope, that's hard wall. See if Donut in position trying to do something. Flex is taking quite a bit of damage there. Trying to fight maybe Donut here. One's coming out to try and find out where he's at. Looks like we've got a Chief upstairs as well. Could be a real problem for them if he can land the shots here.
A bomb has been located.
And now just going to be trying to do what he can to hold out Remorse here. Imagine he probably has some grenades left as well. He's worried about his back from Achieved, and rightfully so. Achieved almost at an angle to do something about it. I like the way he's using these boxes here. No one wanting to push out. Donut trying to hold an angle as well. Penguin could push out here soon. It looks like they're just trying to guard the back here, but not pushing all the way out. There's some shots that are in your way's position. But nope, not doing anything about it yet, though. Flex actually going to be the one to try and punish it, potentially. Open that up, but I don't think anyone in an angle to be caught by that. As Donut is back behind and Achieved is a nice long angle there. Setting up a lot here to do this attack, but not quite making the actual attack part work yet. Talon with the diffuser here. Still hasn't placed his Claymore yet either. Drone's coming out trying to figure out who's actually in the wine cellar here. Sees Neptune, sees Remorse, they're both marked. Remorse though with a nice C4 kill onto Flex there, but Like in there to finish him off. Good trade between the two, taking them in the mute. Wall's going to start to get open here from Crazy. He's worried about Donut, or Achieved there. Nope, that's Achieved, I think. That was a Donut. They're both working their way around to him, though. Oh, and he's going to get pinned down pretty bad, but he drop shots nicely onto Donut. Now it's on Achieved to try and take him out. He does finally trade it back, though. 3v3. Diffuser does get planted, though, and that's a bad position to be in. Telican trying to help hold this off as best he can. Talon as well, trying to take this crossfire so that no one can make it into the room. Neptune's trying to help Holiday Nog get in. Holiday Nog needs to use some of the smokes to help, but no, he dies before he can use his last smoke canister thanks to Lycan. Crazy takes down one as well. It's all looking bad for Neptune's here to lose this completely and be out down to loser's bracket to try and make it up to that rematch. But it's hard to say. He could make this work, but he's got to fight 3, and he's low on health already, 50% health. Now looking good. Diffuser already almost to the end. It doesn't matter anyways. Talon finishes him off, and that is GG for the day. That is Onslaught. Taking him down. Alrighty, here. Looks like the other teams are basically ready. We're just going to start getting in the lobby, but in the meantime, we're actually going to go ahead and do an interview here. So, let's see. We're going to go ahead and get player from Proximity on the line. So, what's up here? So, we've got Justin. How do you pronounce the name? Satrix?
Satrix or Satrix. I mean, it depends on everyone's accents.
Okay.
As you can hear, mine's a little different. So
Yeah.
you can hear it's a little, everyone has a different thing.
So, you're from South Africa, is that correct?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, you're not actually playing from South Africa, though, right?
No, I live in Los Angeles. I live and work in Los Angeles.
Cool. So, how long have
Yeah.
you been over in the States?
I've been over here now for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I moved from South Africa about 2015.
Cool. Well, I mean, this is
Yeah.
good use of your time over here.
I mean, my parents might disagree, but I mean, it does. It has its benefits. It has its benefits.
Cool. So, I mean, how long have you been on Proximity?
I have been on Proximity. I actually just recently joined Proximity because I was a free agent for a little while. I left my previous team, and I got picked up by them, and it was quite recent. It was just before Challenger League actually started. I'd had a few encounters with them. We actually were meant to play them with my previous team, I think the last Challenger tournament, and we ended up having some roster issues. So we were meant to encounter them prior to that, and it ended up that I'm on the same team now as these nuts. So you know how it works. It's a very small community. Everyone jumps and changes all over the place. So it's sort of where you fit best,
Yeah. Oh, I just realized you weren't up on the screen visually first. Cut you up there. So let me see here. Let me get that fixed. Make sure you look nice and good on there. Your dog's lying behind you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They're the Proximity mascots.
The coaches, are the IGLs.
The cheerleaders, yeah, the Proximity cheerleaders.
So are you feeling pretty good with Proximity as a team? Like, you guys ready to win this, or?
Yeah, I mean, we've been working quite hard. We've been training quite hard. We really do work on every aspect of our game. We've been working on, some mental stuff. We've been working on, because belief is definitely one of the things that come into it, and the fact that we believe that we need to be, we believe that we're at this level, and also, I think a lot of times it comes down, you encounter this community can be very like doubtful. So you want to prove yourself. Not only to yourself but to the community as well, and we just work really hard on trying to maintain sort of a level of expert level of knowledge with everything on all aspects of this, trying to approach it as professionally as possible.
So did you guys do a bit of research then on Core Impact to be prepared for this?
Yeah, I mean, we've encountered them a few times before. I personally have encountered them a few times. I know all of our players have, they're playing ranked and playing, go fours and everything. So we've done some research. I'm sure they have too. Our records are all up for everyone to see. And we feel really good. We've been working hard. We've been training hard. We've been scrimming a ton. We've done a lot of preparation week in and week out from our last match. Our last match was also a scrap of a fight, because going up against Onslaught, they're a formidable team, as we saw in this last game. They can come back, they can fight, they can work hard. They're really good players. And I know that we are friends with a couple of the Onslaught guys. So afterwards, there was no love lost. It wasn't like, oh, we hate you. It was, it was a really good feeling. Afterwards, we were like, that was a really good game. We speak, and they told us what we can work on, what we can adjust, and we took it from there. And, we're just learning. This is our first time in Challenger League as a team, and we plan on going all the way.
So now that Onslaught stayed in the winner's bracket, now you're going to have to face against the Equinox guys instead. How do you feel about that? Like, if you work your way through that, then you might still have to fight Onslaught in the end.
Yeah, we very well may, and I think we'll be better off for it because we'll have experienced, the level that they play at, and we'll have to do more research again and watch all the other VODs that they've got, and do our work and really focus on working on fixing the things that happened last game and just correcting all of that.
Cool. So hopefully you guys are ready for today. We're gonna pop on over and talk to the guy from Core Impact, but it was
Cool.
great
Thank you
getting
so
the
much.
chance to introduce yourself. So we're looking forward to see you playing in game. Rocking
Thanks,
it.
Emzo.
All right,
I
man.
look forward to it.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, cool. So we're gonna take a quick call over to Temper here, who's gonna be up next for the interview. Let's hope he's ready as well. Let's give him a phone call here, essentially. So he's who we spoke to last time. So hopefully he should be ready for this. All right, here we go. Cool. There we go, Mr. Dan Temper Serafini.
How's it going, Emzo?
Good, man. It was good talking to you again. So you guys didn't quite play as well as I think you thought you were going to last time. So this is a case where you're gonna have to kind of work for it now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Are you guys ready for it? I mean,
I think we're ready. Yeah.
So we were just talking to the proximity guy, and it sounds like they've done a lot of their homework. They've been trying to really prepare for this. How do you guys feel in terms of that? In terms of preparation for the other team?
We've been doing the same thing, basically. We've been just trying to gather as much information and practice as much and get as much time under our belt as we can. I guarantee we're doing the same stuff as they are.
Well, hopefully not the same stuff as last time. Just kidding. I don't
real.
know. You guys felt a little more confident this time, so I hope that was like a little humbling that you guys are willing to work, because you're gonna have to go through Equinox now.
Yeah.
After that, so obviously you're not gonna want to play them on Clubhouse if you get to that point.
Yeah,
But,
we've since moved some stuff around, so we'll be fine come that time. I think so. But this game's more important right now.
How are you feeling about the map pool for this particular matchup?
Probably better than last time. The maps, they're good. We've practiced these maps a lot, so we're pretty comfortable with it.
Have you guys had a chance to really solidify the lineup anymore in terms of Gun Havoc only really being the new guy on the team, but were you guys able to kind of look at what you did last time and make sure the synergy was there that you needed to?
Yeah, we've been moving people around and moving positions and altering the strats and stuff to fix the holes that we left in our last one, our last strats, our last game.
Well, I'm looking forward to some good gunplay between you guys and Proximity. I know they're a little bit of a newer team, and you guys have been around for a little while longer, but I do think they might have done their homework. So hopefully you guys are ready to kind of take this. we don't see 3 maps actually a lot, so we just saw that good back and forth despite a 5-0 start. So we'll see if you guys can pull off something similar here or not.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Cool. Well, once everyone's in the lobby here, we're going to get cracking, but we're just going to go ahead and pop over to the lobby, make sure everything's set up, and we'll see you in game.
Sounds good. Good luck to the team as well.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. So we are going to go ahead and pop on over to the lobby here, and I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the overlay for the 2 teams that are playing as the same 2 teams. Make sure I get them for the correct sides here. And as soon as we get the last guy from Proximity in, we probably should be ready to get cracking there. And to get started, Proximity versus I was supposed to say Onslaught. Core Impact here. Cool. So it looks like we've got that set up. We've got everyone in. So if everyone's ready to go, we're going to get started here on Oregon. See, Proximity says they're ready. Core is ready. We're going to get going, and we're going to start with Proximity on attack. Yep, looks like we're ready to go. Temper all cooled down from his interview. Let's do this. There we go. Almost forgot to turn that one off. So we just saw Oregon earlier, so this is fresh in our minds here. I thought we were going to see a fuse there for a second. So we are seeing a lineup that looks like it's for attacking downstairs potentially, but as we saw earlier, Capto could use upstairs as well. We'll see what this Zen does with this castle. I think we've seen him play pretty good castle in the past. See how proximity plays it as well. Starting up in the dorms. They are definitely like hot on the trigger. You see them jumping right into action immediately as soon as it finally loaded up. I'm sure they're antsy to get going here. Getting his using those impact grenades out pretty quick. I guess that's why they're core impact, right? Gonna seal up this window, no surprise there. Just one castle window left. His reinforcements up as well. Curious to see what they're gonna do with the attic. Looks like they're gonna go for a similar strategy to what we saw previous match, where they have one wall in each reinforced and the other wall open. Zen gonna go for a peek, maybe? Interesting idea there. Maybe just messing with them, getting their reinforcements up. We are gonna see Temper downstairs, interestingly. See if he's there to contest the lobby. Shots coming down, but no one trying to put pressure in just yet. Although Swift Snug could be the one to open this up here. Not sure if he knows he's there, but the Claymore, nice touch. Make sure no one rushes out on him while he's trying to hold this angle. Killer B doing some droning. RC5 taking control of tower side once he gets in there. We don't see anyone pushing this window just yet. It is open though. Instead, Killer B hanging out down here doing some droning. Zen actually trying to use these angles right here. See if RC5 is actually watching those. Ooh, we've got Gun Havoc hanging out up here. He's on the reload. A little bit risky. He's looking down. He could get pushed right now by RC5 if he's quick on it. Shots come down there. Toasty takes down Temper though. Looks like that hanging out down in the meeting hall didn't work out in his favor. Toasty though did lose about half his health in the process. Trying to control the rest of the floor. Coven Havoc actually just going to bail out and reinforce it. Seems like a smart idea. Sadrix trying to see what he's going to be up against as he pushes his way over this way. Trying to find anyone he can who might peek out. Tranks could be the guy to peek out here. Looks like he's trying to fight RC5 though in the meantime. I like this angle down here. Trying to do whatever he can. Gonna have to try and help as well. He gets flashed out though. Not a great position to be in. Dynasty trying to rotate to help. Tranks does take down one though. There's Toasty who was obviously trying to climb up the ladder. Or try to push around from a different angle. Either way, it looks like blood splattered there. And between him and Gun Havoc, definitely stalling out a push on that side. But the attackers getting in, starting to get in control. RC5 taken down pretty low and then eventually killed by Dynasty. Trank's trying to do the same to Swisnaka though. Swisnaka low on health, can't afford to go anywhere near Dynasty smoke. It is so far a 4-on-5. Looks like he got a little bit of smoke there. Killer B gonna rotate around to try and help him, but he gets taken down by Gun Havoc in the meantime. See if Gun Havoc can get a second one up. The smoke actually makes it hard, but easy pick. Somehow he doesn't land those shots. What happened there? Must be too much cover. Maybe Tranks will be the one to finish the job here. Satrix gets one. And there goes Blackbeard via Gun Havoc. And Tranks taking down the last one. Nicely done. Good shot there. Nice drop shot. Good start there for Core Impact. Not losing too many men. So we are going to go up to dorms as well for proximity. See if they play that any different. They are going to be bringing a mute. Should be interesting to see how that goes.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
They're bringing Right there, as I said, he put one down already for the white stairs. Definitely didn't want to lose a jammer to that. See, are they going to go for a similar strategy, or are they just going to fully reinforce this and mute jam it? What I would suspect they would do here. Dynasty is droning it, though. He's going to see this in action. And he knows it's safe for them to take control of that part of the tower as long as they clear the top floor first. Which I imagine they'll do. I'll mute jammers out. One last one for here. Now, they don't have a bandit, so that could work against them if they don't try and trick it or anything. They could push that a little bit easier potentially. Gun Havoc gonna rotate up around. Could be interesting to open this up here. Swift Snock actually hanging out right by it, but nope, he's just gonna go all the way up. Snock actually trying to help. I like this deployable shield here. See if that works out for them. They got some wire right in front of it. Gun Havoc just rotating all the way around. Zen doing some droning on that Capitao. Dynasty trying to watch Attic, make sure it's safe, as he knows that they have hole on the other side, I think. Gun Havoc opening up a bunch of this window here. Now they've got to try and get Satrix out of here via the Capitao arrows, I imagine. Looks like he lost that drone very quick. Flashbang's going to get picked off by the ADS. Zen needs to be the one to do this here, but... Oh, Tranks, though, with a nice kill there onto... looks like Satrix does take that out, and that clears that for them. They're starting to do some droning the rest of the map, make sure it's clear. Temper playing pretty far back. He actually opened up some of this wall here to be able to potentially shoot through. Maybe he'll find Swift Snaka. Trank's doing some droning to see where people are at before he tries to play this window some more. He's going to play it now, though, and maybe actually checking to make sure there was no one behind him, which would be a smart idea, unless someone else is taking care of that. Capitao arrow doing some work. Swift Snock actually looks like with a long angle there, but there's a nice finish off by Dynasty, and then Gun Havoc gets toasty. They're really falling apart here, down to the last man as Gun Havoc takes down Killer B. It's all on Swift Snaka with this 25 health left to try and do something, but shooting a Blackbeard shield was not the best idea at that point, as there's a nice easy finish. Don't believe Core lost a single man that round. They're looking very strong so far in Oregon. It's definitely look like their map, despite all the homework that we just talked to Satrix about doing. Still need to be able to execute on it. So we're going to see a laundry room for Core's defense now. As they successfully defended the top floor, they got to move their way down.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So let's see if they go for kind of a meeting hall defense. I've seen a lot of today. Interesting that they opened that hatch right away. They're definitely setting up the meeting hall. Zen actually doing that from the outside suggests he doesn't want to bother with any other ones over there. Instead set these up. Satric's going to look at that and say, okay, cool, I know what's going on over there. I'm going to move on out, rotate my drone around. RC5 trying to get his drone up in there, get it nice and high so you can see what's going on. Then actually going to close off a bit more down here. Seems like a good use of that last castle barricade. If that was the last one, wait, let's see. Yeah, it was. Dynasty needs to be playing that smoke, and they're going with the classic one window here. Second window, I imagine upstairs maybe? Yeah, Trank's going to set up the smoke. Okay, cool. And then he's going to get the bandit, throw his battery on it. Zen going to be playing this on the stairs pretty aggressively. Trank's playing in the meeting hall. Trying to help pinch off for each other against Garage. Swift Snaka going to be pushing aggressively on that. Set up that old Claymore. Actually, he's going to push out. Maybe go to bait it. Looking for any cameras here to make sure that he's not going to get caught pushing in there. Who knows where they could be. But there is no extra cameras, actually. Blackbeard going to take control of this top floor, pushing on up here. Temper actually hanging out in here, and that's why they didn't reinforce here. Interesting choice. RC5 going to take advantage of that. Actually land a few shots on the Temper. Feels bad for him. Looks like Drone going to be trying to do his thing as well. He's waiting for Toasty to make his move up. He hears the window get broken. He knows one's over to the left. But that's also who opened it now. Toasty's going to try and push this. Now, position given away of Temper. Ooh, nice shots from down below as well, though. Good team play with Tranks there. Although he lost a little bit of health, and it was totally worth it. And it looks like Temper forced to drop down. RC5 now has control. Gun Havoc in the meantime. Takes out Swift Snaka. That is 2 of the attackers down already. Looks like almost a third one. RC5 down, but oh, never mind. Finished off by Temper. Gun Havoc finishes off one more. It's all on Killer B already. Not looking good for proximity here. This is looking like a similar 5-0 situation to what we saw with Equinox, if this keeps going. Ooh, nice kill there by Gun Havoc. Just hanging out right there, waiting for that perfect moment. Easy kill there. Kind of gave his position away ahead of time too with that pre-fire. So we're going back to laundry here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
They're setting up a lot of meeting hall defense for this top floor here. All 5 people are already up here doing that. Definitely setting up a lot, but bailing out a lot of them too. Interesting angle here from Toasty as well. Not just the meeting hall, but they're trying to defend the kitchen too. See if Trank's pushing in aggressive with the Blackbeard here. He's going to be one to try and counter it. Looking for anyone he can over there, but not quite finding any feet. There is one there though. Toasty could actually lose his feet here if he's not careful. He doesn't know he's there. There's Gun Havoc with a nice early kill there, putting Satrix in a bad spot. Losing that castle. Not vital. Interesting deployable shear as well. They've got the other window here. And then, of course, the classic throw angles there. Dynasty, though, taking down another one. Swift Snaka playing this roam here. Tranks takes down one more. Does finally catch him, probably through the floorboards, it looks like again. I was worried about. So, already down to 2 men left standing here. One of them downstairs, no, both of them downstairs here, trying to hold off the rest of the site as they take control of the rest of the map. Now to try and work this hatch, they are definitely putting a lot of pressure on him here. He's going to lose this window. No one there to shoot off the charges. And he takes a bit of damage from it as well. Gun Havoc, just a sliver of health left. Oh, nice try there. Losing that window. He's trying to take advantage of it, but nope. There he goes. Zen finishing him off. It is all down to Killer B, who is killed himself. Nicely done there. Again, not losing a single man. So, as far as Oregon's concerned, this is definitely their map. Way stronger on it. In fact, actually, we didn't show the map bands. Take a look at whose map this was exactly. So it looks like proximity pecked Oregon, so that's definitely not a good signed for them. And then Core Impact picked Border for their second map. And then Clubhouse is the final decider map. Although if things go based off of picks and how things have been going so far, may or may not see that. Although we did see exactly this last matchup where I went a quick 5-0 for the first map and then still somehow ended up not only on a third map, but the loser of that 5-0 ending up winning in the end. So it's anyone's game still. Very unpredictable and no match exactly the same ever. And that's one of the great things about this game. So you're going to see Core now playing upstairs. Doing this Dorms defense again. Castle barricades up. Here puts the other ones. Seal off the bedroom. And then last one for this window. I think that's a good idea. Oh no, maybe not. It's like sound like he was indecisive about where to put that last one. We all saw that then. Alright, we got Cetrix already on the roof. Trying to find a nice angle down. No one actually playing in there though. Temper though rotating around. Could be someone to contest him. Looks like we've got one upstairs as well. Toasty hanging out right there. Is Temper gonna catch him? He does see the windows open. He knows he's there now. Question is, oh, Toasty did see that. He's there now. He's actually gonna take advantage of that rotate up. Probably not what he's expecting him to do. It's a good choice there. Zen gonna have to try and recover from his impact, nading himself down to half health. Cetrix trying to watch this window as well as the other windows there under the bedroom. But that one being castled off makes it harder for him to do anything with. Flashbang's doing a whole lot of nothing through that window as no one's actually playing in that site. Let's see, we got one over here on Rome, still Temper. I wonder if we can see anyone through that little peek hole. They are going to probably go onto the roof at some point. And I think he's likely to get a free kill at this rate. Unless he bails out, that's unfortunate. He just wants to stay more useful, more aggressive than that. They are rotating around for this bedroom take. So Snot Guy with the diffuser. Not sure what he was trying to do there. Is that a thing? Maybe I just don't know about. Temper though does get one finally, but Killer B there with the trade. Nicely done. There's Zen getting taken down by Toasty. Starting to look better this time. Not gonna see a flawless round out of them. Dynasty takes down Satrix though. But he gets traded by Toasty. Toasty's on a roll here. They're pushing this bedroom aggressively here. Smoke delaying as much as possible, but he's dead. They take control. Swift Snaka with a nice kill on the Tranks. Gun Havoc though comes up around. He's the last man standing. Trying to make this work here. Plant's going down, but what? No, finish the job. There we go. That was unfortunate, but it is good half here. That was down to the wire there. Gun Havoc saving the day with what, like 2 health left? So, definitely much closer than I would have expected the end, but nicely done. Core taking it 5-0. Gun Havoc with his share of the kills, that's for sure. Tranks and Dynasty doing a good job. Temper and Zen doing their work, but, you know, maybe just other guys stealing the kills before they can get to them, so. Nicely done. That does mean, however, we're going to switch over to Border. So, we'll see if these guys need a 2-minute bio. Looks like these guys are itching to get going. So we'll see if they need to switch sides on the overlay here. If not, then it's easier. So we are going to be going to border, and I'll go ahead and throw the jams back on real quick while we give them their little.
Troubleshooter. He's been recruited for a top secret government mission to ride Street Hawk, an all-terrain attack motorcycle designed to fight urban crime, capable of incredible speeds up to 300 miles an hour and immense firepower. Only one man, Federal Agent Norman Tuttle, knows Jesse Mark's true identity. The man, machine, Street Hawk.
All right, everyone's ready here for good old border. Looks like they're not switching sides, so we're going to be on border here first. On defense, I mean. See where they decide to start it. I imagine upstairs. Was weird. It showed all their lineup already. Maybe that's from last map. Strange. So we'll see Tranks actually on a mute jammer. They are going to start upstairs, of course. So we'll see where those mute jammers get placed. I think just watch the ones that have variable placements. That way we can see, get some idea what the strat is behind choosing that operator. Still gotta set up the reinforcements first. He's trying to figure out what to do still. Poor Tranks. So lost and confused. Nope, the bandit's doing his job for him. Feels bad. Poor Tranks. Brought all these mute jammers, doesn't have anywhere to put them. Gonna run across there. They're opening the door up. Dynasty actually gonna want to run across there. Those hatches for himself to be able to get out if he needs to. So Toasty's gonna push his way up. Usually the aggressive starter there. Looks like the rest of them doing a bit of drowning instead. So Snaka. Interesting angle. You rarely see people playing up here. Still not finding anyone though, but I like the idea he's trying. That's where Toasty's at. He's playing aggressive downstairs. Does manage to catch Temper though. It's totally worth the Temper, the one I would expect on there. Although I think usually he would be on Jaeger, but they did say they're switching up roles. Although Swift Snaka taking down Gun Havoc there. Doesn't matter who's on the Jaeger, then they both go down. So good start for them. This is definitely more so their map, it seems. Although this is not the one they picked. Oh, right underneath too. That's gonna force him off. Does take a lot of damage as well. Poor Tranks. RC5 gonna start to get that open now. He's gonna push up aggressively here. Wall is open now. Meantime, Swift Snaka gonna rotate around actually with Satrix. A lot of them in this individual room. Toasty and Killer B downstairs. RC5 comes in as well. No, he's upstairs. It just looks weird. Blinds himself. A little bit of that flashback. Dynasty just hanging around this corner, waiting. And RC5 chance. In the meantime, Tranks finally gets down completely. This is actually going to give him a moment to try and push in, but they don't take advantage of it, not knowing that he's not. He's actually going to mute jam this. Nicely done. Somehow not fast enough though. Feels bad for Tranks. He's not really in his element this particular map, or this, at least the moment. There's a nice kill there. Swift Snaka lays down two, nearly gets a third one. Satrix with a nice cross angle though. Brutal. Good shots from behind. Proximity just laid down the law. I don't think they lost a single man on that attack. So it's looking like this could be their organ. So we are going to go up to Archives, of course, for proximity as well. We'll see if they can defend it as well as they attack it. A lot of reinforcements going up here for the office side. Now this is something we don't see a lot anymore actually, is people actually reinforcing this wall. A lot more teams, at least in the Pro League, keeping it soft. Zen gonna see that, but he's gonna get his drone caught. Nope, he actually manages to get away, catching just the right time when he's putting down that barbed wire. Here's where this pulse is going to end up going. Killer B on that pulse there. Take a look at how he's going to play. Looks fairly aggressive, actually. Ooh, seeing Dynasty there. Does mark it out, sort of. He doesn't realize. Oh, we'll go through. Oh, there we go. Tranks here. Could get caught out here. Oh, it gets him right in the face. Doesn't kill him. Oh, there we go. Finish, but he gets killed by the crossfire nearly. Oh, never mind. He gets away. Takes about half his health. Gun Havoc finishes the job. They did lose Dynasty on that buck, though. Gun Havoc with a nice kill there as well. Doing some great work. Clearing out this CCTV office. And then aiming down below. Let's see if we have any roamers left down below. Nope, doesn't look like it. Not wanting to play like that anymore when there's only 2 men left alive. This is looking very bad for the defenders. RC5 not in a great spot. Getting droned out already. Smoke, but that's not going to be enough here. 2 smokes left. He's getting droned out pretty easily here. They could even hit him from below at this point. Looks like he's going to get that. Oh, he was going to push out there. Decided against it. Would have been interesting to see if he actually managed to make that work. Tries to go for smoke. It was a good attempt there throwing that smoke out, but he gets down in the process. Swift's not going to try and get him up, but too little too late. There's the finish there from RC5 and Swift's. So losing Dynasty makes it a little less effective than the last 5-man attack there by proximity, but nonetheless brutal and effective. Both teams getting 1 point there. So now we're going to see Armory Locker's archives again as both teams have won their attack. That means we're going to see Top Floor 2 more times at the very least. And then probably Ventilation Room Workshop after that if someone finally wins it on defense. See if they set this up any differently. Now they are bringing no meat this time, so they're doing things a little bit different. Tranks is still going to be bringing some windows for them. Making sure he does his job on getting his ADS. He's got 2 left to set up though. Take a look at where he puts them just for fun. We never really look at Jaeger's ADS placements. Getting that window set up a little bit late, but plenty of time as there's no one exactly jumping in the windows there. Now they are going to start to try and clear out the offices. See if Temper can actually pull off the roam this time. Last time Toasty managed to catch him. We've got Gun Havoc as well on that Jaeger. Ooh, look at the tight angle there through the hatch. I like what he's trying to do. It'd be interesting to see if this works. Still no one though wanting to actually go there. They are just instead focusing entirely on security, CCTV, but somehow it's not getting contested. And have it, but see his angle as well. They're both using this hatch to have very interesting angles. Shoutouts to Hellfire for the sub. Thanks, buddy. Always representing. Appreciate it. Look for angles there. Satrix, a little concerned, opening up holes in the wall there. RC5 though, gonna get that open. Ooh, takes a bit of C4 damage for the trouble. Susnaka trying to hold an angle on the half wall. I don't think anyone's even behind it. Nope, no one playing behind it. Now, Temper is going to get Zen here. I didn't even have time to switch to him. Feels bad. Zen, or not? I mean, you got Toasty. Zen takes down one more though. Now he's playing behind the half wall. Ooh, there he gets blinded by the flashbangs, but no one there to follow it up just yet. Dynasty in the meantime has taken a lot of damage though. Then Havoc, a nice prone kill, but he gets finished off by RC5. Fighting on Tranks there. Lost a lot of health. Ooh, still trying to fight it. Killer Bee with a nice kill there. Ooh, there's a smoke down there. Dynasty manages to get a kill as Temper gets the last one, and that is another solid win by Core. Proximity was off to a great start, but the next 2 rounds around, not as much. So, Armory Locker archives again, as I said. Pretty much kind of similar spreads among these guys, although a bit more on the Core side. We're going to see Killer Bee on that pulse again. See, it works out a bit better this time, although they did get 1 kill out of it. Bit of a suicidal play. We're walking right into that Blackbeard knowing he was there, but it was worth a try. Mute this time. Window going up. Set up the other one already over here. The classic setup here. Sometimes I do think it's a bit better to have the soft wall. They're going for this style defense where they open a lot of this up. That can backfire, but it does make it a pain for them to actually blow open the wall. However, no one's really put a lot of pressure on the offices yet, so maybe been a lot of shotgun use for not a lot of benefit. Gonna have a little concerned here. Let's see, where is that pulse? He's all the way back here, not doing a whole lot of good just yet, but he is looking for someone to be downstairs below the actual bomb site. Not quite catching anyone. I heard him opening the door though, it sounds like. Nope. Gun Havoc not even going to bother with that just yet. They do have Dynasty on Thatcher though, so they don't necessarily need to attack below. Dynasty can just do this thing from right over here, fairly safe. I'm gonna open a hatch though, make sure there's no one down there. There's actually no one playing on Rome. Everyone on site. See if Swisnaka can manage to bandit trick this. He's concerned again about below, but they have a Thatcher. You don't necessarily need to. Unless he can successfully out-bandit trick a Thatcher. It's really slowed down. Minute 40 left though, plenty of time. They're just getting set up here. I imagine this might get a bit chaotic. Once the actual push comes to shove, Zen gonna do his thing, but it's gonna get bandit tricked here by Swisnaka. Pulls it off. Did Zen get it? He did lose it, looks like. Thatcher needs to do his thing faster. There we go, that is gonna work. Swisnaka gonna, oh, somehow manages to barely get it. Feels bad, they did not get it open at all. Temper gonna have to be the one to do something in here. Swisnaka, nicely done. Good bandit tricking. Might still even have some batteries left to speak of here. Still has 2 left. Feels good. Could just put them down now and bail out if he wants to. Just to make it hard for Temper to do anything. Toasty, though, with a nice initial kill there on the Temper. That is going to make sure that they don't get it open at all. Oh, they're looking for the follow-up. Oh, he gives himself away, though. Those shots. Dynasty could do something about it. He's rotated completely out. Toasty trying to set up a potential jump out. Zen, though, could be going for it here any moment. Swisnaka does take down Gun Havoc, but Zen trades it on to Toasty. Still not looking good for Core this time. Zen almost dead already. Definitely trying to do what he can over here, but It is looking very much in the favor. Dynasty trying to put it back, though. I was going to say a proximity, but Core's trying to do what they can, despite losing some vital utility. Swiftnaka, though, does trade it back onto Dynasty. Somehow it doesn't land those shots there. Swiftnaka just going ham this round. Not only doing his battery tricking, killing 2, and then RC5 finishing off the last one on the Tranks. That is a nice 2-2 now. Both teams working their way up to 2 points. Started off with a strong 2 for proximity, or 1 for proximity, then 2 for core. Now 1 back for proximity. There we can see our first fuse here, knowing that they're going downstairs. Was going to be bathroom tellers for a second there. Maybe they bandwagoned onto that, but it is going to be ventilation room workshop. Much smarter choice. So, see if this fuse gets any work done here. It is a little bit hard to actually hit someone, but hey, Remorse hit someone earlier. It does happen. And it's not like Onslaught is a sloppy team, so. Trank's going to be playing that pulse. The question is, is he going to be playing it downstairs or upstairs? I would think he'd be playing it down on site with smoke here. They're just going to seal off the bathroom. I like how Gun Havoc went prone and took out that drone. Poor Toasty. See how many they play up top. Hopefully 3. If you play 2 up top, it tends to not work as well. So far, you still have Zen helping set up, though. Must be a late rotate gun. Interesting. Okay, he's going to rotate up, looks like. So far, only Temper up here, so they need to get more people up. Temper can't do this alone. Not sure. This is a weird setup in terms of just having him up there by himself. So far, the attackers are a little bit slow. They already wasted 30 seconds just droning and have not gotten a lot of progress. Toasty trying to get in position here so he can finally use those cluster charges, but they're a little concerned as they don't know where the defenders are, and that's probably because there's only one. Temper actually going to rotate around here. Does get 1 kill into RC5. That's the diffuser dropped, actually. That's pretty good. See if he can stay alive here. Lost half his health, but shots coming down through the wall, actually, behind him. I like how he's playing this. See if Toasty can do anything about it. He's definitely concerned now, that's for sure. Temper playing an interesting angle. Gonna make a bit of noise dropping off that, though. See if he's gonna peek around the corner. Prone peek. He's gonna make a bit of noise doing it, but he goes for the peek. Doesn't quite hit the shots he needs to. The wall bank's trying to come down and take him back. Temper doing a great job, but he gets finished off by Killer B. Gun Havoc, though, in the meantime, takes down Satrix. Let's see if he can finish off another one. He's going to be playing this kind of in-between floors. Oh, goes for another one, but Swiftnaka there to take him out. So it is now 3v3. No one else upstairs, I don't think. Oh, nope, Zen kind of playing the stairs there. See if they can catch anyone. He's going to go for Swiftnaka, but now if he goes through this, he's going to set off the metal detector, give his position away. Instead, he's going to break the glass and be stealthy. Nope, he's going to rotate down. Probably the best idea, give up that floor at this point, as you've already burned at least a minute or 2 minutes of their time. Now down to 3 downstairs. The cluster charges are going to come down now. Tranks, though, does punish him for it, taking advantage of that pulse. So far, none of the cluster charges have done any justice, but there's a nice kill there. Actually punishing the wrong person, but Swiftnaka down, and he was a good attacker, so definitely feels bad for No Thumbs. Drone's gonna go down now. It is down to 2 attackers trying to find the last 3. Looking good for the defenders. Zen takes down 1. Smokes start to come out. There's Toasty Gun. It is all down to Killer B. He's gonna start to approach from the downstairs instead. Ooh, nice shot there he had on the Dynasty, but Dynasty took better advantage of it. Nicely done. Just working that angle. Just barely saw him for half a second, but it's more than enough when you're ready to react. Core taking the lead again. Now they won first map 5-0, so this is looking like we can see a very similar situation to what we just saw with Onslaught and Equinox, where the middle map kind of goes back and forth and then goes over to the other team, and then we see map 3. but hard to say. We are going to see our first Echo of the day, along with the Mute here. No Bandit, though. That is going to be for Ventilation Room Workshop, so they're changing it up a little bit. So we'll see how the Mutes are set up for down here, and then we'll check on Echo's Yokai drone placement. Two more to go. Yokai is not out yet. Let's see if we can use some for the top line. He meant to place that down, I think. Yokai gonna go out here. Let's see where that gets thrown. Nope, not yet. There we go. Toss that little Roomba out. Set it up to help defend here to make sure they don't put pressure on from the side. Although that doesn't have great visibility because of the beam. Might just shift it a little bit here. Actually gonna go ahead for a different angle. I guess he says that better. See the last Mute Jammer goes down, and they are going to play 3 upstairs from the look of it. We'll see if Tranks can do anything from this angle over here. We'll try and work this window. Ooh, shots coming down on his shield already, but he gets the drop on him. Doesn't quite finish the job though. Satrix gets away. So Snaka going to pick him back up now. Tranks nearly finishes the job. Toasty also very low in health. Ooh, another tag there. Top floor defense not looking great in terms of this Blackbeard doing some serious damage to it. Having trouble getting them out. I'm surprised we're not seeing a C4 yet. Toasty does have a C4 on that Mute. I would think unless he brought wire. No, he has a C4 still. So he could potentially go for a throw there. In the meantime, though, we've got Gun Havoc putting a lot of pressure on him as well, doing the flashbangs. There goes Zen, taking down Swift Snaka. Oh, he nearly catches Toasty on the drop. He's just going to pursue it. Doesn't see the other one. Doesn't switch around to RC5. Got too greedy. Gun Havoc paid the price there. Probably didn't need to chase that like that right into the site. Buck going to do his job as well. They're definitely feeling a little pressure and playing it hard and fast. Wanting to take them down as quick as possible. RC5, though. Another follow-up kill there onto Tranks. There goes the Blackbeard. Interesting angle there from the Buck. Oh, it does catch RC5 just a little. Now RC5 and Tranks both very low on health. RC5 trying to use this spot here. Both of them trying to play from below. Killer B just watching the hatch, and Satrix making sure he knows what's going on outside. They're all back on site here. 4 on site is going to be a little harder to take out, and they are down to 3v4 here. So attackers are at a bit of a disadvantage. See if they can turn that around, though. Get some kills done here. Buck's going to have a little bit of leeway to shoot down through the floor. He is kind of important to this because otherwise you are dependent on using the hatches or perhaps like blowing up a lot of the floor with some other method. Temper in the meantime, though, taking down RC5. It's a good kill there. He was low on health. There's Killer B. Did manage to shoot him just a little bit, but now it's down to a 3v2. Though again, a lot of low health on both sides. Satrix trying to watch his angle. Toasty trying to watch his. Zen going to go plant the diffuser right in the crack of the door there. Now they know they have to make a push here. He's going to have to open that up with an impact nade. Ooh, not quite finding anyone. They're definitely feeling the pressure. You see Toasty just trying to crawl his way towards there. I hope he doesn't get spotted. Zen just hanging out right there. C4 going to go out to try and open that up. Zen just saying, that's fine, come on, keep coming. Dynasty in the meantime takes down 1. He's already dropped down through the crack. He's going to find the other one in a second. Potentially, nope, there's a reload. And Satrix takes down 1. He's got to try and find the other, but he doesn't have enough time left to even defuse it, I don't think, if he doesn't get these kills right now. Doesn't matter, he's taken down by Temper. That brings it to the lead now 4-2. Core on match point to try and take this home with that 5-0 last map. It could be a 5-2 this map. So, Armory Lockers Archives. A lot of work coming out from everyone. Satrix still picking up as well as Toasty a little bit. Surprised to see Toasty actually so low. He was a very aggressive player last map. Doing quite well, but still having a little trouble finding the people here. Just because it's very spread out. This is an interesting map for a lot of teams, and I think that's why it's really seeing some serious rotation. But it is a hard map to play consistently because there are so many ways to play it, which is nice. Definitely makes it entertaining to see. For example, we haven't seen anyone pushing the opposite side. In fact, considering how far down proximity are at this point, I would think it would be worth considering a bit more of a push on that side. Got that wire down a little crazy there, but it worked. So, see how this Tekka's done. They're playing it very aggressive here. Gun Havoc not only opening the entire wall right there with playing with Temper, but oh, shots coming out through the window. Temper trying to hold it as well. So trying to work an angle. Ooh, trying to find some kind of angle out there. Those flicks. Shots coming down there. Gun Havoc does take down one. Temper trying to find Killer B, but not quite going to work. Still looking good for this match point to turn into a win, though. Diffuser is just chilling outside. Trank's trying to play this. Zen, though, taking down another one. That's two down. Just trying to hold this angle. Gun Havoc a little bit low on health. Could use a reset, but I don't think they have time to. Just because a lot of pressure down. But they did lose their thermite, and that's definitely going to be bad. Does manage to cross there. Temper going to continue to hold it for him. Ooh, nice kill from Zen, though. He's low on health as well, but 2 kills already. Gun Havoc with a kill himself. He's all down to Swift Snaka, who's been pretty good. And Killer B. Trying to watch his angle. Swift Snaka trying to come out. Shots coming down, though. Gun Havoc picks up his second one as well. Is all on Killer B here. Who's going to get the 3K this round? So Temper could be there to pick it up. It is GG. They're already ready for that one. Core doing a great job taking the first map 5-0, the second map 5-2. Proximity did their homework, but they just weren't able to execute on it. Might have just not been their maps, but I do wish them luck in the future. Hopefully they'll stick around for next Challenger League, as I believe they are out now. Core going to move forward, and they're going to be facing up against, I guess, probably Equinox next, I think, as we were talking to Temper about earlier, so good games on their part. Really appreciate everyone tuning in, sticking around for both matches. I know it's a bit long. At least this one didn't go 3 maps, right? So thanks everyone for checking out Challenger League. Playday number 3. We've got Playday number 4 of PlayStation 4 Major League coming next week on Tuesday. So even if you're not necessarily into the console scene, it's fun to watch, see a different meta, see some interesting play, some different kinds of players, things like that. So make sure to check that out on Tuesday. And then, of course, next Thursday as well, Playday number 4 for Challenger League, where I believe we'll see maybe a different bracket. I'm not sure how the brackets are set up on that, but make sure to tune in. Should be some good matches no matter who's playing at this point. But it will definitely be good. I appreciate all the subs from everyone now that I have the sub button. It's much appreciated, the support. And we'll catch you guys later.